Yo, VIP. Let's kick it!
Ice, baby. Ice, baby.
Alright, stop, collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll glow. To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and wax it up like a candle. Dance! You should the speaker that booms. I'm killing your brain like poisonous mushrooms. Deadly! When I play a dope melody, anything less than the best is a felony. Love it or leave it, you better gangway. Better hit bullseye, the kid don't play. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Pressure! Push it down on me. Push it down on you. No man asked for. Under pressure, that burns a building down, splits a family in two, puts people on the streets. Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, get quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat. With a souped up tempo, I'm on the roll, time to go solo, rolling. I'm 5.0 with the rag top down so my hair can flow. Curly's on standby, waiting to say hi. Did you stop? No, I just drove by, kept on. We swing to the next stop. I bust a left and I'm heading to the next block. The block is dead, Joe, so I continue to A1A. Beachfront Avenue. Girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. Rockman lovers, driving Lamborghinis. Jealous, cause I'm out getting mine. Shay with a gauge and Manila with a 9. Ready for the chumps on the wall. Chumps at the ill cause they're full of meatballs. Gunshot rang out like a bell. I grabbed my 9, all I heard was shells falling on the concrete real fast. Jumped to my car, slammed on the gas. Bumper to bumper, the avenue's packed. Trying to get away before the jack was jacked. Police on the scene, you know what I mean? Pass me up, confronting all the dope fiends. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out my hook while the DJ revolves it. Terror of knowing what the world is about. Watching some good friends drink. Let me out. Tomorrow gets me higher. Pressure on people on streets. Take heed, cause I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it. My town, that curated all the bass sound. Enough to shake and kick holes in the ground. Cause the style's like a chemical spill. These little rhymes you can envision and feel. Conducted and formed, it's a hell of a concept. We make it hype, and you wanna step with this. Shay plays on the feet, slice like a ninja, cut like a razor blade so fast. Other teachers say, damn, rhyme was a drug, I would sell it by the gram. Keep my composure when it's time to get loose. Magnetized by the mic while I kick my juice. If there was a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. Break it! Insanity laughs under pressure and breaking. Why can't we give up? 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 Why can't we give up?
Boom to the mother humping. Boom. Gary Hubbs, man. Give it up, folks. Boom. Awesome stuff, man. Ice Ice Baby from 2020. Holy shit, man. Seems like an eternity. What's up, folks? Get some hooks flying for Gary, man. Boom. We're here to celebrate an album release of Hub's new masterpiece. We've all heard the songs before and stuff, but the step that he took to get him out to the public, man, was release an album on Bandcamp. And that's a major step for any artist that's trying to make it in show business. It's to have their music published, man. And that's what he actually did. We enjoyed them for a long time here on YouTube. And, obviously I played the tracks, willy-nilly whenever I felt like I needed a hub fix. And you guys always enjoyed it in a spectacular fashion, man. Gary always brings it, and I'm not blowing smoke up his ass. I dig the dude, what he does. And he does it in a masterful fashion, man. He's a hip, slick, and cool mofo in my book. And I know you guys dig him also, man. What's an album release, man? It's when an artist feels that he has enough to put an EP together. It's something that he feels is very special to him in his heart. He feels that it's ready to go out, and he's basically letting the baby grow up and go out and face the world, man, and to critical acclaim. I know you guys dig everything Hubs does, just like I do, man, and I appreciate the hell out of the guy. Get some hooks flying for Hubsy over there, man. We got 26 souls in here. Whatever you're doing right now, just stop. Hit up every piece of social media you got. Share this out on YouTube. Get more people in here checking out Gary Hubs, man, and what he's got going on here. For the past 2 years, year and a half, since he's been involved in this community, I think I picked him up over on Pete Johns and Jade's channel, man. He's kind of crossed over here to this channel. He's still very much associated with everybody, man. We all are. It's an ever-growing community. It morphs, every day. New people are coming in every day, sharing their music and stuff, man. And Hubs was one of those people, man. When this big goof decided to, start sharing people's music and stuff like that, everybody started gravitating towards the show and stuff, sharing music, collaborating, doing all the wonderful things that we do to make music and listen to music, man. Jade Starr just did an interview with one of the OGs here of the channel today, which was Mr. Ian Luckett. So after this show, if you haven't seen the Ian Luckett interview with Jade Starr, get your butts over there, check it out. Ian, sorry I was late. I had a snafu with my alarm. Hippie was tired, man. I just hit snooze, bro, and I apologize. So shit happens, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, good deal. We got some great tunes from Hubs, man. I asked him also to pick out some collaborations that he's fond of. In no particular order, man. Just something that he enjoyed doing with people in the community. So we're going to listen to Gary's album. We're going to get some insight from him on him. And then we're going to also do the collaborations a little bit later on. I invited a few people on if they would like to come on a little later after we play the albums and stuff. I'd appreciate you if you have the time to come on and, let Gary know what you think of him, man. Good, bad, or indifferent. You can take a joke, I guess. Right on. Boom. Broken alarm clock. Never heard that one before. Broken hippie, bro. That's all it is. Ain't the alarm fault. I'm the one that hit snooze, bro. Right on. Good deal. Well, let's do roll call over here, man. Oh, no, screw that, man. I'll let Gary do roll call, man. He can come on up here and say roll call for the hippie, man. Gary, get your ass in here, bro. Rock on. Gary Hubs, man. What up?
Hey everybody. Hey Jeff, thanks for having me on.
I hear you, but you're crackling again, but it's all right. Yeah, we've been having issues, man.
Yeah. My next song is going to be a crackling. Yeah.
There you go,
sure.
crackling.
Yeah.
Hippie crackling. So how you doing, bro, man?
I'm doing great, man. Now that we're sitting here and it's on, the red light's on. Yeah, no, I'm doing great. All day long I was tortured and I hope my shit doesn't crackle, but here we are.
It's crackling a little bit, man,
Yeah.
but it's no big deal. We'll work with it. Right
Awesome.
on. Boom. Hey, you got some ravens over there, man. Now, are those ravens or crows?
We get both. We get both.
Okay.
We're a huge hit with the crows, but I can tell the difference when I hear a raven, and we get them too.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah.
Boom. So, what took you so damn long to get an album out, man? These songs, like I said, have been percolating here in the community for what seems to be a little over a year for some of them. And tell them also how you created the songs and why you created the songs and how you went about doing all that stuff, man.
Sure. Well, the reason it took so long is I kind of made a commitment to myself to make a full album in 2021. I was going to release full 8-song long play album in 2001, and I was off to a pretty good start. The whole plan was to be able to release these songs once at a time with a video, on YouTube and stuff. But at the end, I was going to bundle them all together, ship them to my friend David Asher, who I've worked with before, and he was going to mix and master them to try to get me a continuity across these 8 songs, so it would almost sound like when a band goes into a studio and comes out, 6 weeks later, and they've got an album that was created in that period of time. I really wanted to create that illusion through the use of having David mix and master everything. But I ran out of steam 2/3 of the way through the year last year as far as originals go, and decided to cut my losses. This commitment felt like an anchor at times, so I figured I'm just going to make it an EP, and I'm going to still have David work them, and I'll get it out, and I'll be able to move on and be through this commitment, this foolish commitment I made to myself. So
Right on. So you wanted to come up with at least 8 songs, but you ended up coming up with just 5, right?
that's it exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
if I held on to the idea of 8, I'm still not there, right? So we'd still be waiting.
Now, adding new songs to an already established EP album, the Candy Coated Lies, that's not like something that's unheard of, right? As far as adding new songs to it as the album progresses, or do you just kind of like cut that off and come up with something a totally new venue as far as an album and stuff like that?
For me, it's a cut and move on thing,
Cut
not
the
like.
cord, yeah.
Yeah, just so that it's like closing a chapter of one book and opening up a fresh chapter, and a sheet is clean in front of you, and you're not bound to anything that's, I'm not going to come up with a dance album, right? I'm still going to come up with metal and rock, but I'm not
Right.
bound to anything that's on paper or on tape already.
Yeah. Right on.
It took me a while.
Hang on. No, go ahead. Wait, hang on a
Sure.
second. Folks, because of Gary's situation where he lives and the Wi-Fi situation and stuff like that, you may hear some crackling and stuttering and break up a little bit. Try to bear with us and stuff, and just know we're doing our very best to get this out to you and stuff like that, man. So it's no fault of Gary's or myself, man. It's just, that's the internet, man. So we're dealing with it the best we can. But Gary, go ahead, man. Start where you picked up, man.
I was just going to finish off the why it took so long. Is that it took me a while to realize that I should just, cut my losses and move on. And then I had to deliver the files to David, and then David had to have time to work with them. So when the files were returned to me, I was ready to go so that I could set a release date for July 1st. My first single came out. August 1st, the second single came out. And then September 1st, the EP comes out. And that gives me the most amount of lead up time, promo time, what have you, right? So, this could have been out a few months ago, but I kind of wanted to do the singles as well.
Right on.
Yeah,
Good deal. Kids having fun?
I guess they are. A little too much fun over there. Yeah.
You hear a little one back there whimpering on something, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Gary for Prime Minister, man. Jack Flash. What do you think of that one?
You never know.
Right.
You never know. Enter politics anytime. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm
Right
from
on,
Vancouver.
bro.
I'm from Vancouver, Mark Wade. I just saw that question.
So are you able to see the chat?
I have a
Can you see
phone.
the chat?
Yeah, I've got a phone on the table here, and it's a fine line between, you know, sitting here looking at my phone or being here talking to you, right? So I'm trying to do
All
the
right,
best I can.
let's not jinx it, man.
Yeah,
Right on. Well, I'm going to come over
yeah.
here, and we have 32 souls on board today, and we're going to read off some of their names for you. So, guys, if you're out there and you're in La La Land just lurking, man, come on out and say hi to Gary. Put some horns up for him, and I'm going to do a roll call here and get you guys here, man. We have Rody's Jam Cave, Ian Luckett, Jack Flash, Hetriani. Yeah, what's up, bro? SM Borthwick, Ed B, man. We have a lot of the major hitters here today for you, bro. Right on. Tom Carraher Music,
Yes.
Doc Danger, Gordium 85, boom, Mr. Gary Hubbs, of course. Who else we have? Todd Pattison, Wally Groove Crick, what's up, everybody? R4 Rock Forever, Mr. Smith, Zach Thong was the first in the room here tonight, man.
R4 Rock Forever, Mr. Smith.
Oh, now we're getting feedback.
That was my phone. That's corrected.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're working with it, folks. We're working with it, man. Boom. We have Epiphonium, man. True OG of the Metalhead Hippie channel, man. I appreciate the hell out of you, Epiphonium. Good deal. R4, Rody's Jam Cave, Jade Star, Russ 8889, Mark Wade, Ed B, boom, Valerie Bott. Who else we got? Thomas Christ. What's going on, man? Blue Unicorn. What's up, man? Ian, say hi to Blue Unicorn. Good deal. Who else we got? The Lily Pillies. What's up, man? Let's see what else we got. Michael Thompson, Feisty Feather, and Folk and Blueser. I'm sure he's out there lurking somewhere or listening, maybe. Good deal. And that's about what I got, man. Oh, Lori's Mishmash just popped in. Conspiracy Media. What's up? Tremor Bear. Cool beans. We got 35 folks in here, man. What do you think of that, Hubs?
Honored and,
Right on.
and humbled, really. Yeah.
Right
Thank you, each and every one of you 35 people. Man, this is so cool.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll-
one more person.
Oh,
My
okay.
mom is watching. My mom's watching. She's not
Hey,
going to
Mama.
pop in and say hello in the chat, but Mom Hubs is
We can
watching.
say hi to Mama,
There
right?
we go. Yeah. So no more
Rock on,
swearing for
Mama.
me.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's got the foot ready for the cul-de-sac, so to speak.
No, that's awesome.
Mama.
Love you, Mom. Yeah.
Oh man, Hippie loves you too, Mom. You got a cool kid right there. Right on. Glad she's listening, man. Awesome stuff. I think I got everybody, man. Gordium, what's going on? Brad Example, yeah, forgot Brad there. Mark Wade, Thomas Christ, Jack Flash. I think I got just about everybody, man. Whew. So Gary, man, where did it all start for you? Where did music start? I mean, was it with your family? Was it as a teenager? And you was like, whoa, man, metal, holy crap. So is that how you got into it? Just tell us what the Gary Hub story is, and then let us know when you first picked up the guitar, what you did with it, how long it took till you found your first band, and we'll get into the rest of it after that.
Sure, yeah. Music. I was introduced to music really early in life, and my parents had a pretty good philosophy where they would give the kids a chance to try something, and if you didn't like it, you finish out your commitment for that semester, that year, whatever, and then you don't have to do it again, right? So I got to try sports and softball and stuff, and my mom asked if I wanted to try violin. And I said, sure, I'll try violin, and played it. I probably only played it for a year because I showed a lot of disinterest in it. I wasn't the most conscientious practicer. If I made it to the end of the piece, I'd close the book and say, well, I'm done. My work's done. So I played violin for a year or two, very poorly. In grade 4, I got introduced to ukulele. My older brothers had to do recorder, like a lot of people had to do the recorder, and thankfully we had a hotshot ukulele teacher. And So that was my first time playing a stringed instrument with a pick and not a bow. Only a year later, we did acoustic guitar in music class at school. So, you know, they had a room full of acoustic guitars, and there you go. And we learned a whole bunch of the old hippie stuff,
Right on.
old folk songs,
Nothing wrong with that.
old folk songs. Yeah, no, not at all. It wasn't until I was older. It was like, wow, my teacher was like a flower power hippie. All these songs that she had us learn, but you know, it was really cool. When I was in my teens, friends of mine started getting electric guitars, and I found it really really exciting watching them play and seeing them emulate the tapes we were listening to and stuff. And I grew up in a house with rock and roll, and that was the dominant musical genre, and two older brothers listening to rock and roll. So I guess I found metal, and it was just different enough that it was mine and not my dad's or my brother's. It was mine, and it was right around that time, listening to all this metal for the first time, that friends were getting guitars, and I wanted in on that for sure. So, you know.
What was the first wow song? What was the first, like, holy shit, this is funny, man? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was, I don't remember the exact song. I'm going to guess it was probably the first song off Master of Puppets by Metallica. And I guess, what is that? Yeah. Battery leads off the album there. Yeah. So a friend of mine's like, man, my older brother's got this album. Yeah. So you got to hear this album, man. And so we go up to his brother's room, and his brother was older, so his room was cooler. He had cooler stuff, and so he shows me this, you know, this vinyl of Master of Puppets, and I mean, even the artwork was like, you know, I was listening to stuff like, you know, Motley Crue and Poison and hair metal right, cock rock, if I can call it that. Yeah. So to hear the power of Metallica, it was just like, holy, it was an absolute revelation. And I was into metal from that point on. Yeah.
Right on,
for
man.
Sure.
We got a question here from Ian Luckett, man. It says, how did you decide it was bass that would be your true calling? Or did you? Gary Hubbs, Metalhead Hippie.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a band.
What's your true calling on the instrument? What is it? Is it guitar, or is it bass, or is it just because you can do both? You enjoy both. But what's your preferred choice there, man, as far as instrument?
Realistically, I've got more hours played on the bass than anything else, because I've been a bass player in a band for, 25 years or whatever, the same right, guys. I got, just to answer Ian's question, I picked up the bass guitar to join these guys, two friends in high school. There was a guitar player and a drummer, and they didn't want another guitar player, so they needed a bass player. And so the guitar player's neighbor had a bass guitar that he was losing interest in, and so he's like, yeah, I'll sell it to you. I don't know, 24 beers. Give me a 2 for a beer and it's yours. And I was like, 2 for a beer is yours, sir. And so I bought this beat up bass guitar and was able to join my two best friends in the band, right? So I came upon bass because no one else wanted the job, really. And years later, I would come across doing vocals because no one else wanted the job. So, I kind of like, someone had to do it, so I'll do it. To answer your question about my true calling on the instruments, if I were to, tonight when we get off this broadcast, if I wanted to unwind and like look for a new riff, it's going to be guitar, 9 times out of 10. That's the first instrument I played. Yeah.
So I got a twofold question.
Sure.
What the hell's going on with you that you lost your mojo? It seems that you haven't been able to create music for a year. What's the block that you think it is? And then what was your first musical endeavor? Answer that one first, and then go on to today's world and why, what's going on with Gary that you might have some blockage going on that you're trying to figure out and get your mojo back so you can do that stuff. But what was your first endeavor into a band where you stood up on stage for the first time and it's like, yo, chicks? Or was it all dude, man? What was it?
Well,
was it a sausage fest at your first concert, or did the chicks love it, man?
I don't know. Do you want the truth, or do you want to?
Yeah, I want the exact truth, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
It
You
was
might say something that.
It was a sausage party, and funny enough, my parents were there, and it was
Right on.
okay. So I joined my high school friends in the band, right, and we write these songs. A good friend of mine, Jason, who I played music with later on in life, he made a bet with me that summer, and he's like, you guys should play a show. You are ready. You've rehearsed your songs enough. He's like, I'll bet you a 15-pack of beer that can you play this? Can you fucking get a show together or not? So, I was always thirsty, always wanted that beer. So I was like, yeah, man, it's on. I'm going to book us a show. And so I booked us a show at one of the heavier bars in Vancouver, and it was a real dive bar. Really, your shoes stick as you walk through the place. Your shoes stick on the floor, and there's like no door in the washroom, and it's just like this beaten up fucking place. And we play our first show there on a Wednesday night, and I'll never forget that my parents came out and watched the show, and it's this 20-30-year-old sausage fest, and then my parents standing there, and they probably felt out of place, but to have
There was at least one female there, right? Mama showed up, right?
Yeah. It wasn't a complete sausage fest, but it was.
Right
There's
on.
probably more ladies because we brought in a more well-rounded crowd of friends that night. But any other night, it's like, you're not going there to meet ladies.
So was that what you were calling Foul Face that you have on your channel, or is it a totally different venue?
No, that was the band. I've
Foul
got a
Face?
recording on. Yeah. We were we briefly had a singer, and he was a little too clean, a little too squeaky clean to kind of work with what we were doing, and so I kind of just took over as more of a shouting kind of singer, and we streamlined down to a 3-piece, and that was in. I think I said we were established like 1999 or something was when we finally formed. We were like, okay, we're not looking for a singer now. We're just 3. It is 3. It's going to be 3. We're the band now. And that was in 1999. So,
Well, as far as I remember, you took over a lot of the vocals for that, right?
I was the vocalist. Yeah. We've never released anything outside of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a backyard band, kind of basement band that put out a few things on YouTube here and there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, we only played. We played less than a dozen shows that you can call a venue. And we played maybe another 15, 20 backyard parties, house parties, barbecues, whatever. But only about 10 or 15 times, like inside a recognized venue with, PA
Right on.
shit, stage.
So where are those guys now, man? Do you guys still stay in touch, or whatnot, or are they still around? They still making the other guys still making music?
That I don't know. I know the guitar player. He's got an adult son that is really interested in music, and I think that they probably have a symbiotic musical relationship where they get to keep exercising the musical muscle between them. The drummer Aaron. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Aaron! I'll send you a text later if you're not watching. He had another band he was rehearsing with for a while. I mean, we're spread out now. I can't get to anyone's house in less than 45 minutes to an hour. And, we've all got our commitments and stuff. So we're lucky if we get together once or twice a year, realistically.
Nice.
So, and I think we've already gotten together once this year. So I think we're done.
Yeah. Well, I think that you guys now that you're all grown up and you're basically seasoned musicians, man, do you think it's a possibility that you revisit some of those things that, you got your recording skills down and you got a place you can go? Do you think there's any chance that you guys might rock an EP of your old stuff today and bring some of that stuff back and maybe put something down for nostalgia's sake, just for the hell of it?
It's actually a really great idea and something that I would definitely be into, because one of the big regrets I have is that we never did get any quality recordings from this band. You know, like we bought a used 4-track recorder off of this guy I worked with when I was a cook in a kitchen, and he was and everyone in the kitchen is in a band, and so he's like, "Oh, I'll sell you my Fostex 4-track." And I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll buy it." And I mean, at the end of the day, you're working with cassette technology, right? It sounds pretty crappy. So I never did get anything. We never sprang for the ticket price of going to a studio. You know what I mean? I wish we had. So to do that again, would like to capture something. I mean, that's almost why I'm doing this, what I'm doing now, or why I started doing this, why I'm doing what I'm doing now, is to capture it, to get a record.
You're not getting any younger, right?
Well, that's it. I mean, some of the stuff with Foulface, like it's hell to get my voice there now. You know, because I was a guy in my 20s shouting, and now I'm a guy in my I've smoked 50,000 cigarettes since then. You know, like it's harder, man. You know,
Right on. So speaking of birthdays, whose birthday is it, man?
Was that Jade Star in the house somewhere?
Yeah, I think she's still hanging out over here. Jade, where you at, man? Jade, wake up. Can't do this without you, man. Oh no. She said, oh no. Right on. Are you ready to do this, man? You just want to wing a happy birthday just for the hell of it? You do your version and we'll just screamo. Right on.
Here we go, man. Yeah.
Jade, we all love you over here, man, on the Hippie Show, and you're well loved in the community, man. Well respected as a musician and an artist and a recording individual, man. You're a great help to everybody, man. And Jade just turned 50 years old the other day. She's a day ahead of us, man, so we got to catch up. Are you ready to monster out a happy birthday to Jade Star?
I'm going to croon it. Man.
Right.
Can't
On
screw
3.
the Ravens with.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you.
Jade Star!
Happy birthday to you.
Jade
Happy
Star!
birthday to Jade. Happy
Jade!
birthday to you.
Woohoo! And many more. Yo, bitch.
Happy
What
birthday,
the
Jade.
fuck?
Thanks. Thank you for everything
Yeah,
you've
man.
done.
Right on, man.
Couldn't ask.
Yeah, man.
Couldn't ask for
And,
a better person.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead and wax nostalgia on Jade, man. How'd you meet Jade? What's the deal with her helping you with your music and all that stuff? Just if there's anything that you would like to say to Jade, please go ahead, man.
Sure. I've said that if it wasn't for Pete Johns, I wouldn't be here, and if it wasn't for Pete Johns, I wouldn't have met Jade, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing at the level that I'm able to because of the help that Jade's provided through How to App on iOS. And I consider Jade a great friend, and honored to have her as a friend. And
Right on.
yeah, just another amazing educator in the community. So pretty awesome.
Right on, man. Boom.
Yeah.
What kind of has Jade ever worked with any of your music as far as mastering and helping you produce it or anything like that?
Yeah. Some of the stuff was mastered by Jade. The EP that we're here for today, that was for David's job. But previously, when I was releasing the songs one at a time onto YouTube and stuff, if I met the deadline to have Jade mastered, I would. But quite often, the metal show deadline was coming, and I couldn't get it mastered by Jade in time, so I was mastering it the night before the metal show. So, yeah, I wish I could have gotten more done. Yeah. But,
Well, I know you've been stuck in a rut, so to speak. Is song Timber that, speaking of Pete Johns, man, is that going to reignite some, juices in you, man, to get out some music for him? For song Timber?
I certainly hope so. Sorry?
No, I was going to say, are you going to
okay.
try to work on, are you actually going to try to work on something for Songtember? I know you. I know everybody's got everybody's got circumstances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But is that something that maybe might help you lift your spirits as far as making music and stuff, getting back into it for Pete?
Yeah, I think so for sure. Much in the way that I kind of used your monthly month of metal show as a deadline, and
Right on.
I would accept that deadline just so that I'd have a date to work towards, right? And so I'm going to do the same with Songtember, but I'm not gonna beat myself up if it doesn't happen, right? I'm not gonna put out a crappy
Right on.
song if I don't have a good one. So
Yeah, nor should you, man.
yeah, and I mean, geez, the pressure mounts the longer it takes to get a freaking song out, So it's I can't come back with filler. I gotta come back.
I
With
mean,
something decent.
has your head been like mentally beating you up, man? Hey, I got this. There's something over here for this song. There's something over here for this song. Why ain't you doing anything? Has your head been beating you up as far as? Well, I think I found a riff, but you just don't go pick up the guitar and play it through. You know what I mean?
There's some of that. There's first of all, there's a lot less time. Like I've realized that, in 2020 I was working reduced hours, so I had 2 extra days a week. In 2021 I had 1 extra day a week, until the fall, and then I was back up to full time. So it's, and I'm not going to say that I'm different than anyone else who has to try to find the time to get their own thing going, right? But
Right
it's
on.
just I found that it's just been harder to find the time, and maybe also kind of a little harder to find the motivation. It's I don't have a room in my house where I can sit down and just pick up the guitar and flick one switch and play. I've got to get my case out. I've got to open up. Where am I? I'm on the bed. Am I on the back porch? Where am I today? I got to set up. And so, I mean, even that barrier of setting up kind of is like, sometimes you're just like, I got 45 minutes before I should go to bed, and yeah, I can pick it up. Fuck it, because it's going to take 10 minutes to set it up, right? So, there's a little bit of that. But I think whereas before I was kind of beating myself up about it, now I'm realizing that it's just, it is what it is, right? I've got those noisy kids that I've made a commitment to raise as human beings, and part of that is going to work every damn day, so that so there's a house and food and stuff. So big thanks quickly to Russ 888. I had a great conversation with him last week about headspace and priorities and all that shit. So it was bugging me, and then I realized that there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not gonna skip out on my family, and I'm not gonna skip out on my job to do music. So
Right on, man. Well, I do want to acknowledge Brad Example and Russ, because they both reached out to me, man, saying, "Hey, man, Gary's kind of in a funk, man. Hippie, could you think about doing this?" I said, "Well, why didn't you tell me about it, bro? You had an album release coming up," and I'm like, "Well, damn, I would have just jumped on it anyway, man. I didn't need coaxing from these fine folks." But it's because they actually love you that much that they reached out to me. It's like, "Hippie, man, what's up? Help the dude out, man." It's like, without a question, I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course." So these guys actually reached out to me, man, and said, "Hey, man, the dude's in a little bit of a funk. Can't come up with anything, man. He's doing an album release. Hippie, can you help him out?" Hell yeah, man. That's why as soon as I got the message from those two, man, they had a lot of love for you, man, a lot of respect. And they wanted you to get your music out and get it heard, man. That was the main gist of everything, man. So that's just a little shout out for them.
2 beautiful people, man. Brad Example and Russ 889. That they would do that and contact you, it just blows my mind. That you would find the time to have me on blows my mind. So humbled. This community is just so amazing. Part of me felt like, is it going to look like here's a guy that can't come up with new songs, so here, have an album full of old ones and let's have a party? And I didn't want to do that, so I think that's part of the apprehension I was having. And those guys had some conversations with me, and they said, you know, you should have fun, man, celebrate it, have a party. And you know, I'd probably regret it if I didn't, right? You only get one chance to do it. And I'll tell you, man, I'm never going to do an EP again like this, you know. Like
I would have been pissed at you, bro, if you would have just like blew it off. I'm like, what? You didn't even ask me. I'd be like, what the hell, bro? I was like, that's kind of, I wasn't slighted. I didn't feel slighted or anything. It's like, well, oh, Gary, come on, bro. Celebrate you.
No.
Because you know I dig your stuff. I'm out there working on my ATV. I'm listening to hubs and all that other stuff. I'm out there rolling down the road. I test drive my stuff, and it's like, put on some hubs, and I got my little speaker there for it. It's like, it sound like shit, but you know what I mean? It's like, boom, man, this is the stuff I want to roll with, man. So you're doing that for the hippie, man. I appreciate the hell out of your music, man. And it's like, man, talk to us, bro.
Yeah.
Let us know, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because your stuff is, it's never going to get old, man. It's there. It's classic rock. It's classic metal, man. People are always going to dig what you put down here on these 5 tracks, man. And the community just, whenever I put on one of your songs, bro, the whole mood of the room changes and stuff. You know what I mean? Wow. So I watch people over in chat, how they pop up the kudos for you, and a lot of respect going down for you. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah. So don't ever sell yourself short, man. You got what it takes for longevity, man. And everybody just, you know, we all go through our phases of, you know, we just wonder if it's all worth it and stuff like that, man. But never give up, bro. We all love you over here, man.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Oh, no worries. So is there any last, well, you know your tracks, right? So what tracks do we have that we're going to listen to? And can you expand on the first track? And then once we play that, we'll come back and we'll do each one individually like that. And you can say a little bit about how it did it. But all these, I mean, I'm not blowing my own horn for the Mom Show. But because that show was developed, that's what you created each one of these tracks basically to appear on the Mom Show, correct?
That's it. Yeah.
Which is the month of metal, you know. Yeah. I kind of feel bad because it's like the show took a back seat right now, and I kind of feel bad. Am I the reason you're not making metal, man? Because I quit I didn't quit the Mom Show. It's just. You know, hippies got issues too. We all do, man. So it's like, but I kind of feel bad. I'm thinking, well, I quit the Mom Show for now, and Hubs hasn't made any music, so I'm thinking it's my fault. It's like, son of a bitch.
No,
it's that way.
It's funny how it lines up that way, though, hey. But no, I mean, there was one Mom Show where I didn't contribute, you know, and that's. From someone on the outside looking in, they're like, we better check on Gary. There's a month of metal, and he's not on it. But I didn't have anything in time for that month. But
that's cool. Now, were the songs done successively or like in succession? Were you on like 5 straight shows, or did you miss one or two and then come up with another one?
You know, it's funny because we had our conversation last night in preparation. Jeff and I had a great conversation last night for a good couple hours, and. I went afterwards to try to find, you know, which Mom Show all these ones came out on, right? So there was that Community Hang 38 that wasn't labeled Mom, and I found it last night. And Fandango made its debut on that, and it was it predates the Mom Show format by 1 month.
Right on.
And then songs off this EP are from that show. Mom episode 1, Mom episode 3, and Mom episode 4, I think is how it went down. And the ones that, you know, I put out a few covers here and there when for my month of metal slots occasionally. So, you know, I'm getting a wave by my kid.
Well, it's because of folks like you that joined into this community, this little thing that I created over here, that I actually decided to make a metal show. Because I started seeing that there was enough of you guys to compile a show, and that enough metal was coming out per month to do it in the way that I had to do, which was I need 5 originals to start. If you have a unlisted cover, you can get into the middle of the show, or an an unlisted anything, you can get in the middle of the, or an unlisted cover, you can get in the middle of the show. And if you made metal during that month and it wasn't unlisted or this or that, but it just came out, I added that to the bottom of the show, man. And a lot of people took to that. I think some of the one of the biggest shows was probably a little over 25 people that came out. But there's, I don't know what it is about metalheads. We got to get them off their asses, man, to make music, because there hasn't seemed to be a lot of it out there. And I hope it's not my fault, because I'm not curating enough shows or time or this or that for the metalheads to get appreciated. But whenever you guys pop up with stuff, it's on the show. It's just a given, and it's given its proper due, man. But yeah, I'm thinking it's kind of my fault. See, that's the insecurity in me, man. It's because I created something and then I put the brakes on it temporarily, and I kind of feel responsible for that. I maybe took something away that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Not that I did it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, if I look backwards, you can see the wheels falling off of the Hubs train even before the metal show took a hiatus. It's like I was. I don't think I could have kept that pace up. My sixth song. By the time I did, the last song was Road Pop, and the next month was Songtember, and I started working on a track that wasn't metal at all, and it was going to be my Songtember song, and I played it for Jack, and he liked it, and so that song changed in a different direction and would eventually become Don't Comply. But if you look after that, I haven't really come up with much. You know what I mean? Like the absence of the metal show isn't the explanation at all. It's and if I look back honestly at what I've been doing, I've been in a lot of projects and a lot of collabs, and honored every opportunity to do them. And some projects I'm really proud to have been a part of. So it's not like time wasted. It's just it's effort showing up in other people's feeds and other people's channels. So
Well, talk about that for a second. What it means to be a part of this community, the surrounding shows and other communities where you came from with Jade Pete and then the hippie show, Ron Ward, Thomas Christ, all that stuff. What does, I kind of got lost in my own damn question, but what does it mean to have that ability to go out and collaborate with people, and how does that keep you going and stuff like that, man? Because I know Ian, he's like noticed as the infiltrator and the king of collabs, and Lori and stuff like that, man. Where do you find yourself fitting in with finding ways to create and make music with other musicians here in the community, and what has that meant to you, being able to do that? Because none of this ever existed before, so it's like, boom, here it is, man.
It's a unique and amazing opportunity, really, and every single collab is different, and the same collab with different people will be different. I mean, each piece of music is different. It's anytime someone sends you an email or a message or anything and says, would you consider playing on this track, or I've got this idea and thinking about you. I mean, how can you not be grateful, and a little bit humbled that someone asked you to. Most of my collabs, what I'm not great at is like, I've got an idea and I'm going to go find other people. A lot of my efforts have come from people approaching me, which again, super grateful, and an amazing experience. So it's the cool thing about it is that you become bandmates as virtually as close as you can for a couple of weeks, right? You exchange the jokes, and you kind of, any friendship or bond you had with those people is just a little bit tighter forevermore after that collab, right? You've got your inside jokes, and hey, buddy, how's that? It's pretty cool. You almost get a bit of the locker room feel, right? So, and like I said, everyone does things differently, and you learn tricks and techniques, and but always super humbled and grateful. Yeah,
Right on, man.
absolutely.
So before we get actually started here and listening to your tunes and stuff and roll on with the rest of the show, what is what you consider to be your best accolade for yourself, your biggest accomplishment in music, no matter what stage of your music career was it? What's the thing that really gets you and keeps you motivated to make music, and what was it that it's like boom, I want to keep doing what it is I'm doing? What was your favorite time in music in general, man, no matter when it was?
Oh, geez, you know, there was a rush. I think I'm gonna have to give two answers, but one is that very first show that our band played in Vancouver on a Friday night at a club, and going into this first show, you're like, well, I know we've rehearsed it. I know how we sound, and can we pull it off? And you play that first song, and I like writing songs where it's an abrupt ending. I know you like fades because then you know where the end's coming.
Yeah.
I like vocals right up and just punch you in the last like I'm throwing punches into the last note of the song. And so we're playing a foul face song and it ends that same way, and there's that brief pause, and then there's the applause from the crowd when they like, oh, song's over, that was killer, right? So it's like you're playing the song, and until it's over you're like, are they gonna boo, are they gonna walk out, are they gonna throw tomatoes? So they cheered, and thankfully I recorded the gig on like a little mini disc player, just audio, and I can hear it. I can hear the applause, and it's pretty cool. Second accolades is probably just man, there's just being part of this damn community here. Really, like
Right on.
it's it's to show up with a couple songs under your arm and playing for people, and they like it, they dig it, and there's nothing like it, really.
Right on, man. It's like it's like it's like when you're out playing on the stage and stuff, you really don't get a chance to interact with your you just have to go by the applause, and this and that, but it's like everybody applauses and yeahs at the end of the shows, but it's like, what did they really think? You don't get that response from the crowd when you're playing. But here in the community, when you're putting out a piece of music, man, these people are emailing you, they're giving you comments, they're just like, boom, dude, rock the fuck. You know what they really think. You know what I mean? And it's genuine, and you get it from all corners of the globe, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's this 2 years I've had of this online musician life has been at least as, or possibly more rewarding than all those old shows. And I mean, it's hard. I guess there's it's recent, but there's also, like you said, there's more meaningful engagement now than when a crowd claps back in the early 2000s. Cool, they liked us, but I mean, like you just said, now to get an email from someone's like, I heard your song, I think it's pretty cool, like
Right on.
pretty amazing, man.
Awesome
Unreal
stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good deal. We'll come back with some question and answers after we play some of your tunes, man. How do you want to roll out your tunes, man? I mean, I don't think you want to play them all in one shot, but do you want to just like roll off two and then come back and talk about that for a minute? Do
Sure.
one and talk, and then roll off the last two, so we'll get the music out there, get it heard, man. And then we also have some of your favorite picks with collaborations and stuff, right?
Sure.
You guys
That
ready
sounds
to hear some Hubs, man? Off his new album on Bandcamp, Candy Coated Lies. Boom. Let's check this out, man. Gary, you want to give us your take on the first song here, man?
Sure. So what do we got here? We got Unrelenting.
Yeah.
So that was a song that That was the second to last one that I recorded of the 5. And these riffs actually predate me coming out with Elbow Grease. You know, I had maybe 4 songs rattling around, and I just happened to start with Elbow Grease. But I had this I had the riff arrangement kind of set even before then in 2020. So it was really cool to, you know, go into my list of songs that were kind of completed and go, okay, well, this is the one I'm going to bring out now and bring it on home. So I remember recording the vocals. We had the warmest frickin' June or whatever. I think I remember like waiting till midnight to go out to my parking lot with my clipboard and my portable music studio to record the vocals, and I was just sweating, man. It's like I couldn't be wearing less out there at midnight and just like, holy fuck, this is hot as hell. But
Shit, man.
yeah.
So what do we got here?
done.
Right on. Unrelenting, right?
Yeah. That's
Boom.
the first one.
Folks, let's check this out, man. This is off of Hubs' Candy Coated Lies, available on Bandcamp for $11.20 Canadian. And I think Gary has also offered up a few codes that he's going to give away a few of his album. And obviously the hippie's going to match whatever Hubs does. So if he wants to give away 3, I'll buy 3. So that's how that works, man. If you guys are interested in checking out Hubs' music, take the Bandcamp link that Ian is providing for you and go over there and check it out. Make yourself a Bandcamp page. Check out community music. It's all over there, man. Boom. Let's hit this, man. Unrelenting from Mr. Gary Hubs.
yourself inside yourself. Once full of life, now trapped in hell. Insert my will to which you bend. Erase, embrace say it. Or is it somebody say it? Somebody say it. Ready or not, ready or not, ready or not, can we get on with it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Fandango. Mr. Gary Hubbs, Candy Coated Lies.
When you look into my eyes, you can see right through the lies. They're such candy-coated lies. When you look into my eyes, you can see the hate inside. On a wave of hate I ride. I'll say I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'm not. I'll say put your trust in me. I'll take all that you've got. When you look into my eyes, see my sick and twisted mind, which there only is one kind. When you look into my eyes, my evil soul will try to hide, even though my soul has died. I'll say I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'm not. I'll say put your trust in me. I'll take all that you've got. Over and over again. Anger, aggression, rage, regret, frustration. Anger, aggression, rage, regret, frustration. One can completely deceive oneself. One can believe all the lies. One can completely believe oneself. One becomes one with the lies. frustration. One can completely deceive oneself. One can believe all the lies. One can completely believe oneself. One becomes one with the lies. When you look into their eyes, you can see right through the lies. They're such candy-coated lies. When you look into their eyes, you can see right through the lies. They're such candy-coated lies. When you look right through my eyes,
Fandango. Oh, would you please stop? Bandcamp's got a mind of its own now, man. Boom.
Yeah.
Fandango. What the hell was that about, bro?
You know, I think Fandango might have been the highlight of my online digital musician career. Was when that song came out on the show Community Hang 38, and the live chat was just unreal. Like I came into this community in November of 2020, and Hippie was sub 54, and I came in with Heartbeat, and my next song I released, I premiered on the Hippie show, and that was Hardball. So there was definitely more excitement premiering on your show than there was having a half dozen people show up to my channel, right? So obviously, so the next song I came up with after Hardball was Fandango, and it was a fucking gong show when it came out. It was just, there was excitement. You turned your camera off after. You're like, I had to turn my camera off for a sec. People are saying I broke the internet and stuff, and people were just shouting Fandango at me for months after that. And
oh yeah, that's when I lost connection. Right? I'm like, what?
You came back and your mic wasn't on yet, and you were just like, you're throwing your hands up like, what the fuck? And it was, yeah, and then the screen goes black, and then it comes back on, and it was just like, oh man, it was so epic. Yeah.
Broke the damn internet.
In a way, and I mean, the Fandango was the first thrash song too, right? Like I make metal, but Fandango was the first thrash song, and so it was so much fun. It's got a lot of energy, that song. It's too long. I'll give it that. It's a bit too long, but
no, man, it carries itself, man. I think it does.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it just needs a lead in the middle. I don't know, ripping guitar solo or something. But it just, yeah, that was exciting for me. Was when Fandango came out, and it. When you want to talk about what inspires a person, that inspires a person to I think I remember messaging Heterania. I was like, how am I gonna like top that, man? That was a slam dancing party. How the hell am I gonna top that? And I was worried about what I was gonna come up with next. It was kind of fun. Yeah.
What did you come up with next?
Into the Pit was
right
the next
on,
one that
man.
came up. And I
Bro,
think
that was just like, to me, they're all epic tunes in my opinion, man. But that one there, it's like, boom. I felt like you actually wrote it for me, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
really,
yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Check them out, man. Yeah, because I
It
used to talk about I think we were talking about my old pit days and stuff like that when, flying elbows and shit like that and collarbones getting cracked and shit.
It was the chat during Fandango and all the talk about mosh pits and stuff. Like the next, it's not a coincidence that the next song was like literally about a mosh pit, right? So,
Right
I guess I was like, well, how do I top Fandango? I guess I write about actually moshing. So,
Right on.
So yeah, it was.
Yeah. What's our next song up here, man? Yeah, it is Into the Pit, man.
It's Into the Pit, yeah.
Right on. Well, we ready for that one, bro?
Sure, man. Let's do it.
Let's rock out, man. This is Gary Hubbs, man.
pizza slice. Drop my pizza slice. I drop my pizza slice. We are waiting for you. A little dance as we do. The song compels you to get into it. Get in the pit. La 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 la. Get into it. Get into it. Get into it. Get in the pit. Go. Get into it! Get in the pit! La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. I laid down the law. I protect the jaw. He went down, that's all I saw. Circle round. These boots, they pound your teeth. They're in the lost and found. I took the call. I watched them fall. I came, I saw, I rocked them all. We are waiting for you. A little dance as we do. The song compels you to get into it. Get in the pit. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Get into it. Get into it. Get into it. La 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 la. Get in the pit.
Oh, you'll never guess what my favorite line is in there. Which one do you think it is?
Is it gonna be about the pizza slice or flying elbow?
That's
might
my
be nice.
No, that's my second one, man. It's these boots have found your teeth. They're in lost and found. That was fucking classic, man. The song is just it's like an Eminem song on steroids, man, with chaotic lyric stuff. You got to keep up with it, man, or you'll lose track of what the hell the guy is saying, man. And that is a metal version of what I would consider a lyrical masterpiece, based on loosely based on Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that flow, man, and it's just like, boom, it's like, keep up, man. You gotta keep up, man. Or the flying elbow might be nice. You know what I mean? It might just knock you right the hell out.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of that song, man. These boots are coming around, boom, your teeth are in the lost and found. It's like, oh. Bro, that was a masterful lyric line, man. Awesome stuff.
That song was fun, and let me just say how grateful I am that I get to have fun inside metal. You know, like I do metal, but you know, I take my metal seriously, but I don't take myself so seriously that I can't have a laugh, right?
Right
So,
on.
you know, it's what a fantastic situation to be in, to be able to have fun inside of metal. You know, without I don't want to become gimmicky. I don't want to become a joke, but you can get away with some stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, bro. I mean, you were telling the true metal story, man, is what it was, man.
Yeah, man.
You got a bunch of stoned mosh pits, man. I could see a mosh pit stoner, man, just like, oh, it flipped out of my hand, and here comes a rat real quick. Take it off. What the fuck? These
That's the last straw.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, man? I'm gonna take somebody's teeth out of my boots, just like, boom, they're in the lost and found, you son of a bitch.
Someone's got to pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
For sure.
what?
Yeah.
No food?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Bro, I would have been fighting a rat back in them days. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Man, it's a lyrical masterpiece, man, the way you put that together. I just dig the song, man. And it comes together, man. It just works for me. I mean,
That's nice of you to say. And I have to say how how incredible Hetriani's solo is on that song.
oh,
I
hell
think
yeah.
I think it's the best thing I've heard him do. You know, on any piece, like, dude was feeling it. You
Right
rock hat. Fuck, man, that's incredible.
Boom. I'd like to hear his story on the take of creating that boom for you one of these days, man.
That'd be cool.
Got it. I want to hear that, man. Because he
Yeah.
came up. I mean, it was right on pace with what you were doing, man. And he just came up with something that worked. The whole thing works, man. To me, that's your masterpiece. I dig Into the Pit, man, because I can relate to it the most. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm guessing everybody's going to have a different feel for your music and stuff. But from Into the Pit back in the old hippie days, I still got battle scars, bro.
Yeah,
I got PTSD from pits, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was rough back in the days, man. Awesome stuff, man.
It's funny. That's my best friend. I can say that, and we talk all the time, and we flip files back and forth all the time. And I remember he told me that when I sent him the lyrics, he was like, "What? You know, I dropped my pizza slice. I dropped my pizza slice. I dropped my pizza." He's like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" Right? But I had a quirky little part in the song where it's like, so it was like I needed something to repeat, and it just happened to be that. But Into the Pit,
it makes the song, bro. People wait for that line. I dropped my pizza.
Yeah. Into the Pit became probably my favorite song when I was getting the mixes back from David, you know, and like critiquing them and telling him if I did anything I want changed or whatever. And I spent a lot of time with these songs, re diving into these songs again, right? And Into the Pit was definitely, it was the highlight for me. It was it's got fun, it's got energy, it's a relentless pace, like you said. You keep up, you know, the music is like that, Het's lead is like that, you know, you got to keep up. So
bro, when you captured pit life, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it, man. I mean, from an old mosh pitter, man, from way back in the day, you caught the essence of what it means to be in a pit and in that atmosphere of you know, metalheads just like getting wasted, going to a good concert, man, and just freestyling, letting them go, man. Just, you know, pinwheeling all over the place, trying to smack people if you can. Like, get in a cheap shot here and there, man. Knock somebody to the ground. Boom, teeth are in the lost and found. You just caught it, man. I mean, really, I just can't say enough about the song, man. It's probably my favorite, man. But I love all your tunes, but that one there really gets the hippie, man.
oh, thank you so much, Jeff.
Right on.
Awesome.
Boom. So what do we got coming up next, bro?
There's going to be Road Pop, and Shallow Grave is the last song on the album.
Right on. Well, let's roll right through both of these. All right. And
Sure.
folks, we're going to play Road Pop, and then we're going to launch right into Shallow Grave. And for those of you that are still around, and if you would like to come on the show and talk with Gary and just hang out for a little while, and then we're going to play some of the collabs and stuff that Gary, sorry.
It's all good.
Larry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the songs that Hubs really enjoyed working on and stuff. So let's check it out, man. We got Road Pop, and then we're going to play Shallow Grave right into it, man. Boom. Gary Hubs, man.
Let's go, bro, you know your music rocks. Spins great, legit, and now he's making clocks. Hell's bells to tell me it's a chicken pox. Dot, forgot, I'm on an empty box. You want and you need me. You try to see me. You lie completely. You ain't gonna bring me. ain't gonna break me.
Just got what was coming.
shallow grave.
Boom. Gary F.N. Hubs, man. Shallow Grave. Bro, to me, that's your anthem song. You know what I'm saying?
It's so different than other. I almost left it off. It was a debate whether to even put it on, right?
No.
And that's why it gets the last.
Yeah.
That's why it
To
gets
me,
the
that-
fifth spot.
To me, that's your anthem song, man. I hear a little bit of what you're singing about in your own life and stuff like that, and you're just like, you're like expanding on your life in the song, so people that know you would understand that. You know what I mean? So it's an awesome jam, man. I think it's more like an anthem song.
Oh, very cool. Thanks.
It's like what's Queen's got, like "We Are the Champions" and stuff like that. And Fat Bottom Girls, stuff like that. There's anthem songs that go with a creator sometimes, or a band, and I think that is, one of them, man. It's like it's fitting that it's where it is in the lineup, man.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying that. It was because it was so different. I think it fit best at the end, and also the very last lines of the song, the protagonist dies, and I was like, wow, where do you really go from that? Dude's dead. I guess that's the end of the album.
Right on. No, it's a great song, man.
Thanks for that.
It's a song that carries itself, and it takes you places in your own mind. For me it does. You know what I mean? So it really makes people think, and it's one of those. It's one of your thinkers. You know what I mean? The other ones are just out there, balls to the wall, and this and that. But this is like your thinker song. People are really thinking about what's going on in the song. Let me listen to that again, man, because you want to go back and you want to catch everything that's actually, lyrically in the song and get the full meaning of it. And it's just one of those songs for me that does that. Rock on.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I'm
So-
partial to that song.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
It's just because it's so different. It kind of it just showed me I can do other things than just straight up metal. That I can dabble in hard rock and stuff. It's I don't even know if that's a metal song. There's a little bit of palm muted chugs in it, but is it hard rock or metal? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, it's like Nazareth, man. They had the Love Hurts, you know what I mean? And then then you go with other songs that they do and stuff. It's like, does it fit in? Doesn't it fit in? But it does, man. So it's kind of one of those deal, man. And just like Kiss with Beth, I guess, nobody ever wants to hear Beth, but it's part of their, lineup and stuff. But it all meant something to somebody there, man. You know what I mean? Good deal.
Cool.
Some of you folks have links. If you would like to come on, if you have the time to come on, you're more than welcome to use the links that I provided for you over in the email. Come on and talk with Gary. And, just come on and say hi, man. Right on.
All right, Russ, I'll put you on mute. I'll jump at it.
Busted. Russ, get the hell out of here, man. What are you doing, man?
Caught me. I was just saying goodbye to Russ.
Screw us. This is Gary's time, man.
Yeah, I've got sound now.
You're there, man. You're there.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
51 lovely people are hanging out in here, man. That is awesome, Gary.
Wow. Well, I've not got
You
sound.
are.
Something's going wrong. Hang on a minute. I can't hear anything.
We can hear. I can hear you.
Amazing
Right
turnout.
on, man. Oh, she'll be back now. Let me do something here before I forget it. There we go. She back? Where'd she go, man? 5150, yeah. So expand on some of the before Jay gets back. Expand
Sure.
on some of the collaborations that you picked and maybe why you chose them. I mean, you've done more collabs than what you've actually chose, but expand on some of the ones and why you maybe picked the ones that you already did.
Sure. I'll just say to the viewers that in leading up to this today, Jeff had asked for a list of 5 collabs that I really liked, and I put a lot of consideration into it and kind of went. The direction I went was kind of collabs that chronologically fill the space between when this EP was, when the songs were finished, to up until pretty recently, to kind of almost to fill in the gaps of what I've been doing since, I guess, and also ones that, I mean, it's so hard to pick 5. I've been, I get around a lot. Jade's called me a slut before. I do collab around, so it was hard to pick 5, but I wanted to pick ones that kind of that I could. I'm proud of every collab I work on. I can't say I'm more proud of these ones than those ones. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I want. Yeah, because it's hard to pick, man. It's not like you're dissing anybody or anything like that, man. But everybody, and you picked a very eclectic mix, and I'm glad you did, man. It's not like one stands out over the other, man. But you can see that you actually care about these people. He's down there like, let me in. It's like you can actually tell that these people that you picked have a meaningful spot in your musical repertoire, so to speak, and that's why you picked them, man. Right on. Because they all have a special little spot in your heart for why you picked them. I can see that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's let her in here before she goes nuts, man. Boom. Boom.
Sorry about that. I was still in Clubhouse saying goodnight to Russ. Russ said Russ sends his love. He can't be here. He's got to go to sleep. So
No, that's all right. No worries.
Hey Jeff, how you going? Hey, the man of the hour. What's going on, Gary?
How's it going, Jade? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Power.
Great album, great stuff. I can't stay long, but I wanted to come in and just let you know, man. You've been, since I started my channel, you've been around. You've created amazing music, and you will continue to make amazing music. Yeah, you will.
Right on.
So don't worry. I'm going through exactly what you're going through at the moment. Really dry spell, and it feels like you let people down, and I look at my first 3 Dread Circus albums, and if you go through them, there's a bunch of tracks that are on all 3 of those albums. So it's not a problem, man, and you'll come through it. You write great stuff. Everybody loves you so much, and you think Clubhouse is a horrible place where we just sit there and we're snarky all the time. We've been sitting there over the last few days conjuring up messaging hippie and getting this show organized, and Brad and Russ, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome.
A lot of people.
I didn't know you were involved.
Oh,
Well,
I
pulled around.
I didn't message because I knew they were messaging, but we were all in Clubhouse talking about it. So, and you were like, we'll get this sluts music out.
Hell yeah.
Very cool. No, I'm
Yeah.
humbled that you 3 collaborators would would have that idea. So truly humbled, Jade. Thank you. And Brad.
It has to be.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah. How could we not, man?
Yeah.
Whenever you, I mean, there's people that do things and say things. It's like about what I'm doing and stuff like that, and it's like you would have never thought that people are actually out there giving a shit about somebody and what they're actually doing. Then they send you a message and they let you know, and it kind of like it validates what I'm doing here on this show. And I'm sure Jade feels the same way when people comment her and say, "Hey man, great job, keep doing what you're doing. I got this out of it." And a lot of people, you hit people that way too, Gary. It's like your music actually hits people, and a lot of people actually give a shit about you, man, and what you're doing in life, in general, emotionally, mentally, physically, and all that other stuff, and musically, man. We all care about you, man. So don't ever think that you're alone, man. And if you ever need to reach out to anybody, just to even shoot the shit, I don't really care, man. Any time of day or night. If I'm awake and I catch an email and you say, "Hey, Happy Mac, can you talk to me? I'm feeling lonely. Can I have a hug?" I'll be there for you, bro. No worries.
You weren't there for me when I asked for a hug the other day.
What? I sang you happy birthday.
You know, all I've been waiting for all week was you to sing happy birthday. That's it, man. I'm going to go get a couple of tattoos today, so that's why I can't stay long. Somebody's paid for a couple. I'm getting some new ink on me, so I'm pretty pumped. A bit of pain.
Where? What
On my
location?
neck. I'm getting on my neck and one on my wrist. So I'm getting a barcode and a QR code so I can be locked into the system.
Hitman.
Yeah, and so if you ever want my website, I'll just turn my head and you'll see the QR
That'd be
code
cool.
on
Here,
my neck.
scan this and $50 comes out of
That's
their
exactly
PayPal.
what I've got, man. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's wicked.
Here, scan this. Give me $50.
I want to be a part of the system.
Right.
Very cool.
That's awesome, man. Right on. So,
Thanks for the copy of the album too, Gary. Thanks for the copy of it. It's great. It's awesome.
My pleasure,
right
Jade.
on.
Thank you for How to App and everything you've done. Thanks for being a friend and
Mate, I just talk shit every day.
you help out a lot of people. You know, a lot of us creators. You've been instrumental. So thank you very much.
Most definitely, man.
Anytime.
So, Jade, give us some skinny on something that nobody knows about Brad that he definitely doesn't want out there, but if you do it right here, he'll forgive you.
Brad, he every day.
Not Brad. I'm not Brad. I mean,
Brad.
Larry.
Oh, Larry. Oh, fucking Larry.
You can
I
go
don't
on
know,
about Brad too if you want.
Well, you know, I think I found out a bit about Larry this week because, you know, we take it for granted sometimes that people who come into the chat are always funny and engaging. And, you know, and Gary's that person. He's always in the chat. He's always saying something clever, something smart, you know, and he's just he seems like a really up guy. And you don't realize that everyone goes through stuff, man, you know. Everyone goes through stuff. Me and Russ were talking about it today, that Russ churns out so much music, it's ridiculous. And I sit there sometimes, look at Russ and get jealous. But then I look at Russ's situation, and Russ has, you know, he's suffered a stroke, and he's virtually does it all with one arm. He's got nothing else to really do. It's what keeps him going. But all of us have our own situations, and Gary works really hard, man. So one thing I know about Gary, because he lets us know every time he comes into the chat that he's at work. So that's, you can't forget. He's only popping in for a minute. 6 hours later, there he is.
Yeah.
But, you know, I know he's a really hard worker and he loves his family very much. But, you know, so that's why I do try to say, don't let it get you down, man. Music's music, you know. If it's a remix, ultimately, let's be honest, those songs that you've just put out, they sound the best they've ever sounded. Right. Like, it doesn't matter how, like, all that time and money you spent to make them sound their very best. That's what's important. That's the thing. That's the takeaway. So I'm never going to listen to the old versions again. Because they're crap.
There you go. Yeah. Because this guy mixed them. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. No, you gotta watch the videos, man, because it kind of tells the story. You know what I mean? The music's one thing, but even though the videos aren't mixed to the same standard as they are for Bandcamp, the gist of the whole song is in the videos, man. So it's like when you can create a video and people see that, they relate more to the music, in my opinion. You know, MTV, you know, hippie TV, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? So
I would re-add the. I mean, I'm not afraid to do that kind of stuff. Just go back, take the videos, re-add the new stuff, and reboot them all on a day. Have a release where premiere. Just do it. Like, who cares, man? Like, you know, who cares? Really? If there's anyone sitting out there in this community who's sitting there going, no, God, look at that Gary Hobbs. Yeah, can you believe it? He's releasing that song for the 5th time. Oh, mate. Really, man? God, they're the kind of people that need a smack upside the head.
Right on.
They need to be thrown into the pit.
Yeah, each version of something. I mean, if you can tweak it to make it just a little bit better, or, you know, remixes. Everybody does a remix of a remix. Maybe
Totally.
tweaks it, does something totally different to it. You know, makes it a pop mix or a rock mix or something like that, or adds some more rap to it, or adds something totally different to it. It all comes out the same, man. It's just creativity. What do you want to do with it?
I mean, Gary's achieved so much. I still am blown away that, you know, he got that song on what's his name? It's on Yelly Man's show. I just call him Yelly Man. You know, you made the finals of Fricker's show, you know.
Oh, Fricker's,
you
yeah.
You made the finals, man, of Glenn Fricker. Like, he's just a legend on YouTube. And there you were, and I sat there watching it live going, I had this guy on my show. I interviewed him on my show, like about the 4th interview. And look at him, man. He's up there with, you should have won, actually, but, you know, is what it is. It's a, you know, it's a wank fest at the end of the day. So, but that was, what an incredible achievement, really. Out of all these things, you know, you came along and you're making these songs on GarageBand, whacking these songs out with all your little automation everywhere, the weird little automation, the quirks, the pizza slices, the beard, the whole lot. And I just sat there so proud going, are you kidding me? You know, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
And
So-
it's funny. It's
Go ahead.
I was going to say that the talk I had with Russ when he smacked me up the head and made me realize that I should be thankful for what I have, and you know, it made me realize that I'm, you know, I'm lucky to have the pizza slice and the beard and the clipboard and the fucking pizza rat and all that stuff, right? Like I just need to be thankful and grateful, and it has been a crazy ride. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, Russ is just a big dumb goof, right?
He comes off like a hard man, but don't tell anyone. He's a marshmallow.
You tell
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
no!
got your number.
Oh no! I'm out of here. I hate this guy. He's horrible. He's come
Hey,
to roast
Dingo.
everyone.
I just had to sneak that in there.
Damn straight.
What's
Hey,
up,
doing,
Russ? How you
Gary?
doing?
Yeah, album sounded great, man.
Cheers.
Right on.
Thank you for that.
No, it
Thanks,
really
Russ.
did sonically sounded really awesome, man.
Good deal.
Awesome.
I'm glad you done this show, man.
Yeah,
I'm
so
really
am
glad
I.
I did too. Yeah, I am too. Thanks a lot,
Good
Russ.
No,
Thanks
well,
for
you
that.
know we love you, brother. So, you know, you always bring the goods, and everyone likes what you do. So, you know, don't sit there being scared. And you know, you got things that you got to do. You got to do them. Like the music will come when it comes.
Right on.
Yeah.
And we'll all be waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
better send it into the roast.
I will, absolutely, I will.
Oh,
And man,
dude.
I was. I
What
got
was
it on the last
shitty,
spin.
man? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, what was shitty? You know, all that last week when you're like, you know, having little doubts about yourself. I was like, oh, could this be the worst week to have the roast when he sent us a track into roast? I'm like,
I know.
poor old Gary's having all these self doubts, and we got to sit there and roast his music. No.
It was, the timing was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. But the timing couldn't have worked out better, because I think I caught Russ on the phone and had a chat, and like I've been feeling like just a happy happy guy ever since. So, and then a few days later, the roast happened, and I was just loving it, and eating it up. So, the timing was very, very curious, but yeah, fortuitous.
Funny how things happen for a reason.
Gary, what was your first interaction with Russ? How did you guys get acquainted, and when was the first time you guys? when was the first time you guys really busted each other's ass and it's like, hey man, we could be friends and stuff like that?
It was early on. It was funny. Like early on, it was like two sarcastic jackasses, kind of realizing that we're kind of almost. Well, I'm going to say almost eye to eye, but I can't be as sarcastic a jackass as Russ. Russ is gotta be but I think Russ saw in me that I was worthy of that I had earned his
definitely
respect.
someone on my level.
Well, yeah. So just like pushing that edge, not crossing it, but just pushing it. And so, Russ creates music in a genre that I had never really listened to. Not talking Delicate Giants, but your more dance stuff, the stuff that you would have been known for back in the old days,
for sure.
And it's a classic example of respecting a person and gaining respect for a genre that you don't know intimately, but you get to experience through someone you respect. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this community. And I think Russ might have a similar
totally
side of that kind of,
I wouldn't listen to half the music that I listen to, but it's because I respect the musicianship, like the time and the effort that everybody puts into their music. Although it wouldn't be something I would go to the record shop and buy, I can definitely sit and listen to it and then appreciate what's gone into that. These tracks that everybody does don't happen in 5 minutes. It's, we all put our hearts into what we do because it's our art. So, whether someone can turn out a tune really quickly and yourself, some tracks that happen really quickly sometimes work out to be your best tracks. And the tracks that you think, I don't really like this, are the ones that do the best that other people like. So you can never tell what's going to come out, and that's what I like about music. It's a never-ending jigsaw puzzle of putting things together, and it creates a different picture each time.
Right on. Totally agree.
And he said that all without calling anybody the C word.
You haven't missed your opportunity yet, Jade, let me tell you.
Hey, Russ. That's what you are.
I've only got one reply for that, really.
Really? What is it?
awesome.
Right on, man. Those are awesome, Russ. Good deal, man.
That's what he wears on the Sunday roast.
Yeah, that's my roasting attire.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Well, go ahead and plug that, Jay. Let people know when it is, what you're doing, when's it going to be about, and what you got to do to become part of it, man. Just give a little rundown on it.
Well, we're not doing it every month. So we think it's a bit too much to do every month. So we're doing it every second month at this stage. So we already did the first one. So it'll not be this month coming, September. It'll be in October, the second one. And basically, you just got to become a member of my channel for $1 a month, and then you get access to it. But this month, we're doing something different. We're doing a YouTube community musicians quiz night, trivia night, where we're going to be running a trivia bot and doing questions based on everyone in the community, their music. There's lots of interesting questions, and we'll have a bot running, which will get everyone's questions. And me and Russ will be your quiz masters. So we thought we're just trying to provide a little bit of something silly, once a month to take away from the seriousness of music and all the pressure that is put on you, and you know the constant need to put stuff out. So yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do once a month. If for $1 a month. I know it's a paywall, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Well, you get a lot of great entertainment out of it, man, and you're putting a lot of work into it and stuff. So it's not like there's nothing happening and you're not getting any value for it, man. It's not like, hey, I'm going to just hang out for Jade for $1 a month. There's actually something going on, man. That's pretty significant. It's bringing these two characters. Oh, hang on.
It's just to lighten up all the, everybody's so serious in all the chats. It's just good to lighten the mood up for everyone. Everyone needs that, release every now and again, So it gives you the opportunity to be a jackass for an hour,
Right on. It's like normal stuff.
What do I do then?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the same boat.
You just take it, man.
Just be Larry.
Okay. Larry will be
We're gonna
here. Yeah.
We're gonna bring in two other characters, man. They're great help to the hippie here on the show and stuff. They're OGs, no, maybe, but they're OGs, man. We'll let them in here anyway. Right on.
Boom! I knew it was them. I knew it.
Hey.
I'm not an OG, never an OG. I'm a new guy. Yeah.
Hey, didn't I see you around it? I was just talking to you like an hour ago.
Yeah, that's right. You seem familiar. I think we met before. Yeah, that was a cool party, actually.
That's the man. Boom, right there. That's the man.
Always wanted to pat Russ on the head.
What happened to Gary?
Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, I was reflecting earlier when you were saying something, Gary.
When it flips, Gary, the audio goes out.
Yeah, can you still hear us?
You're going to have to go back out and come back in.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll wait before I say the profoundly complimentary thing I was going to say there to Gary.
So, Ian, was there anything juicy that you left out of the conversation with Jade over there? And I apologize for being late, man. I'll catch the rest in the rerun.
Juicy. No, I'm about the most
after-chat.
boring human being on the planet when it comes to juiciness. But in terms of there were a few areas that we didn't cover. But keep the mystery. I always say.
Oh, what a cop out!
No, I'm just trying to make you probe for it there, Jeff. You see, work a bit harder. Buy me dinner first. That kind of
Hey, Jeff,
You know what it's like when you come on, Jeff? Like, we talked, for another 40 minutes afterwards, Ian.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's always the after show where the real juicy stuff comes out, and I never record it. Right?
which probably
I got my
from-
tits out for Ian. It was real juicy.
Did it?
Hey, guy.
Did you get a screenshot, Ian?
I was so stunned I neglected. Yeah. But yeah,
Sorry, it didn't happen.
You see, keep the
Liar.
mystery, that's what I said. Yeah. No, it was cool. It was very nice, and it like with what you're doing now with Gary, highlighting what Gary's doing, and I think this is it. From a personal perspective, I got this wonderful adrenaline and dopamine rush, just feeling kind of loved, actually. And it's like, oh, all my friends are there. That's really sweet, isn't that? Not yet, like digital hug time. And obviously when Gary's going to be feeling a bit digitally hugged. We'll find out. Here is Gary. Are you feeling digitally hugged?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you were saying earlier that you felt like you hadn't been produced, and I know you've said this a lot, but when you've got quality merchandise, you don't have to overmake. I mean, and to me, what you've done with that stuff, you've sonically improved it to the point where I now have absolutely no doubt that if I'm at a mate's house and I think, let's show them what's going on in the community, I can rely on a track you've done to have that sonic, no matter what their system is now. Which isn't always the case with everybody, including me. I sometimes sound terrible on people's home systems, but you've got that sonic level there on this one, which everything I've played it through, it sounds great. So
Right on.
Very cool. Thank you, Ian.
Yeah,
Someone's
Francis, you were
poking
going to
me
say.
here,
Wait. Jade is pulling the string. She's
I was trying to be the puppet. I was trying to be the master of Larry is pulling your strings.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right on. Good deal. Francis, you were going to say something, man, but what was it you were going to say?
I would have been here sooner, but you didn't send me the link.
I thought I did. Yes,
No.
I did.
You put his
You
name in
put
the
my
email,
name in
but
the
no.
text, but you never sent me the link.
Because I was there I was chatting and saying, "Are you going to go in, Francis?" And he's going, "What? Where?"
Send it in a mass email.
No, he didn't. He's not in there. It's just his name.
Yeah.
You goof.
Sorry, Larry. I would have been here earlier, but you know.
My bad. My bad.
That's okay, Brad.
Yes, I thought I sent
You rock,
the
Gary.
email.
You rock.
I thought I sent it
Honestly,
to you.
man,
Yeah.
I really enjoy your music, man. It's
Thank you very much, Francis.
I'm not a metal guy really, but I really, you know, I there's not one
What's
of
your
your
favorite,
songs I don't
Francis? What's your favorite?
I like them all. I gotta tell you, but the pizza slice, that's my favorite. That's one of
That's
my
your favorite line?
Yeah.
Drop my pizza slice.
Well, even the kick you in the nuts one, that's that's pretty good too. They're all
yeah.
and the call. I mean, I use part of it to make that snippet for you, but you know, all of Gary's songs are good, man.
There's something
Talented,
undeniable.
I don't know how you do it on the phone, man. Like I seriously don't understand how you do it on the phone. And I know that Jade is. She everything she teaches is what you used, and it's like Jade's the perfect, resource for that stuff. I wish I understood it better on the phone. I mean, I use my own methods, but I mean, you put all that knowledge that Jade gives out there for people, and you put it all there, and I'm impressed with what you've done. I mean, basically with your phone, and I know you've remastered it now and everything, but it is phenomenal what you've done. I mean, you are super talented, man.
And there's something undeniably visceral about "I'll dig your shallow grave." I mean, and the point about that being that it's done in a song format where you don't actually take too much offence by it. It's it's like I'm not actually worried about Axe Murderer Gary, but I get the point completely. And you put humour in when you were talking about not wanting to be a joke earlier. No, mate, you're putting humour in, and humour is one of the best communicators out there. What it says to us is that you're intelligent and you're communicating with us on that level, and that's what I like about your music so much. And I'm not a big metal guy either, obviously. So Larry's out again.
I think it bounces back in. A great interview today, by the way. I think it bounces back for all of us. Like, we're all into our own styles of music, but how we all appreciate listening to each other's music. And I think that's what's the great thing about shows like this, and what Thomas Christ is doing, what Ron's doing. Like, it just gives us that platform, A, to put our stuff out there, and then B, for to change the opinions. Like, I've changed my opinion on different types of music. It gives people that opportunity to listen to different stuff out there, Like, and I use the hippie show, like the radio now. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch TV. I spend 90% of my time on YouTube these days.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I think there's a lot of people saying that. Who listens to radio? Who does? Why not? I mean, I do it all the time. You stick the show on. You stick Metalhead Hippie show on. You stick Thomas's show on. You stick any of those shows on, and you just potter around the kitchen clearing up after the night before. It's like it's there. It's like you don't have to feel bad about not interacting on an intimate level with every song, because, like Russ is saying, your record collection used to have loads of different bands in it, and that was the fun bit. It wasn't all the same. Nobody had just the Beatles there, except for Russ, obviously, who had, we all know, nothing but Beatles, which I discovered about you, today. So, that diversity is key to how we all create music now, and it's changed. You can observe it changing. You can observe the change that people are having, and I think that's exemplified by a lot of the collaborative work that Gary's done. He adds something to it. He really does, undeniably add something to it.
Right on.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who's known as a metal guy, has been doing like bass guitar on Auntie G stuff, who's country and western. So like, you know, it just shows the musicianship. It, like, what I think happens in this community is it digs your inner self to do better for somebody else, because you're putting yourself on the plate towards someone else and you want to show them your best, you know. That's why I don't collaborate with people, because I wouldn't be able to do that. But that's, you know, that's why you guys all do that stuff, because, you know, you can, it brings you to another level rather than just doing your own stuff. When you're doing it with other people, you see the chemistry. And you know, where there's a video in the hippies house band or whatever, like, you've all upped your game to produce that piece of music. And, you know, that's what's good to watch. You know, it's done in different countries all around the world. You know, when I started in this game, I can remember having a conversation with my friend in my studio, and we dreamed about the fact, saying, oh, wouldn't it be great if I could work on this bit, then send it to you and you could add your bit. And, you know, that happens now. Everything I do is just all on an iPad. You know what I mean?
But, I mean,
it's incredible.
You collaborate with Gary, with your cousin Gary. You collaborate in terms of that. And when you think about what you can output MIDI files, you can output audio files, you can send them to another person and they can put something with it. You can then listen to it back and you can give direction. The process of working isn't beyond what you do at all in any way, shape or form. And I think most of us would want to accommodate, hopefully, the needs of each individual, because we're all different and we've all, as we've said before, we're all broken too. So
yeah, you all need to work with a Gary though. Jade would tell you.
Yeah, Russ's Gary's a little bit different than the Gary that we're talking about today. It's a bit harder, isn't it, Russ?
Definitely is. You know, my cousin doesn't use like, he records in an iPad, like, so I do the backing track, I send it to him via text on the telephone. Right, so that's all he gets is a text, and he puts it into an old application on the iPad, which is an app called Digital Audio Workshop. Like, he loads the file up, he just plays the guitar one time, he doesn't do retakes or anything, so everything you hear is just a one-off. And then he sends it back to me, 2 files, a file I sent him, the file that he done, and then I have to line it up on the iPad where his cue point starts in and mix it, and that's it. That's how we do it. It's just done by text message. So it's not even converted to great WAV files or anything. It's done like MP4A or whatever. Like, it's, you know, in the real world, you'd go, I wouldn't do it on that quality, but that's what we do.
Yeah,
like, so everything you hear is
half the stuff I
that
get's
quality.
MP3. I mean, you know, we with the house band now, we've kind of instituted a let's do it properly thing. But our first few tracks were all done with MP3s. Just you know, it's like, God knows how many generational degradations there were in that. But the point we found, the point was, we wanted to do it because it was a fun idea, and it's kind of the generative process that you go through is different for absolutely everybody. You find what's comfortable, and your stuff is awesome, quite frankly.
The quality of your sounds,
just,
the collabs you've done, Russ, are fantastic.
And they are, you know, it's the kind of music that I would seriously have bought when I was a teenager. I'd have been there buying the album on that one. There is no question about that. But there is also, I wouldn't have been exposed to the kind of thing Gary's doing, or Daryl, in fact, is doing.
Daryl.
Yeah, it's so this is the third. Yeah, this is the third of the triplets we've got. Yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't probably have been exposed, but it is, having heard it now, it's like it is. It's again. It's now in my playlist. It's now in my radar. It's now there. This whole thing with that, you know, people jumping in and helping and trying to support is what makes that happen. You know, it's great.
Yeah, I think that's another great thing, and you know, Gary will jump in on this. It's propping each other up. You know, like if you're not doing, you know, like you're saying you're not producing at the moment, Gary, but everybody here and everybody in the chat is here to support you regardless whether you're producing every week or not every week, if it's one track a year. I mean, Jade will back me up on this. Kim Harden-Hudson doesn't produce a prolific amount of stuff, but the stuff that comes out is quality, emotional, and totally worthy of waiting the time. And great bands don't release stuff every week. You have to wait for it. Every artist that we love, a new David Bowie song or whatever, you'd have to wait 6, 7, 8 months for him to release a new song. So it was only when an album come out you'd get a consecutive thing of songs.
Yeah, Metallica still takes 7 years to release an album.
Yeah.
Everybody at their own pace, man.
Yeah,
it's not about quantity, it's about quality, and it's about having
Some
fun.
of us are just releasing all the ideas. You think those bands must have probably written 4 or 5 times the number of songs they might need for an album.
Maybe,
and then they've whittled it down. So there are things you probably never hear. Or stuff that that maybe plays live once or twice, but so, and that's the normal way it's done. And we're just it's quite interesting. It's an interesting musicological experiment, isn't it? Let's just release everything, and so of course you can release things more quickly if you're doing that. But like with Kim's stuff, like you said, she obviously really considers what she's doing and really thinks about it, and she produces high quality work. And you're quite right. I don't care that she's not producing once a week. It makes what she's doing a little bit more precious, if anything.
Yeah, and you don't hear a Kim song and go, oh yeah, like I've heard that before. That's like you listen to it and it's because it's quality. You're glad that you've heard it again, and like you think, oh, it's been a month and a half since that's been played. That's great that's being played again. I'm listening to this, so I think that's another thing for everybody who's having creative blocks is that as long as there is stuff out there, at the end of the day we're posting our stuff to YouTube. It's not posting it to sell like stadiums and concerts and like that just isn't how we do things. It's just posting it to YouTube, so have fun and enjoy it. That's all you got to do.
Yep. Well, let's let Gary chime in here, man. He's been having some issues over there.
Better do it.
So
better do it quick.
Yeah. What's going on over there, man? You touching stuff you shouldn't be, or what?
No, it's funny because I'm not touching anything. My mom's watching. I'm not touching anything. For like 2 hours, the iPad just did fine, and then it started thinking, "No, bro, let's rotate you 90 degrees clockwise." And I don't know why, but
Yeah.
done a restart.
It's a StreamYard thing, Gary.
Yeah.
It's a StreamYard thing. The
Yeah.
iPad and the browser, it's definitely they're not compatible, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
It's too
Ian,
bad that you can.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can record music on the damn thing, but you can't talk in a little box without flipping yourself.
Right
on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, at least something's flipping you off, Gary.
Yeah, right. So Ian, what is it about Gary and Gary's music? Just something that stuck out for you as a whole, and that keeps you coming back to wanting to listen to what he has to come out with next.
Right.
And it's like
there's a very true answer to this that is also potentially highly comical, right? And I think you're probably a lot of people are going to get me here. It's like Gary has a great bottom end. Fanar, let's get it all out. Come on. He has got the best bottom end out there in that kind of music. The clarity, with which you can hear the nuance that's being played in the bottom end is absolutely that's the bit that I know. I know when I'm going to listen to a Gary Hobbs song, I am going to be the experiencer of great bottom end. So so all jokes out the window, but seriously, that in tonal ranges, that he's killer in those frequencies.
Yeah, Francis, same question, bro.
let's put it this way. I could listen to Gary's music on repeat, his playlist, and never get bored. I enjoy his music. When I'm working here, I listen to it sometimes on Spotify, or when I'm in the car and I'm doing a road trip visiting my customers and stuff, I'm playing people's music that are on Spotify and stuff, and I listen to Gary's music. I don't get bored of it. I enjoy his music, man. You know, there's quite a few people in the community that I enjoy listening to music, and Gary is one of them. There's not one song that I would forward. You know, like sometimes you listen to a person's album, like you listen to like maybe 5 songs and like maybe 2 you don't like, whatever. No, there's not one song I don't like of Gary.
You don't skip over or forward fast, to the next one, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm the same way, man.
We can tell that, Jeff, every time you release a video where you're working on something, all we can hear is Gary Hubs blasting out. So we know you love him, man.
Fucking hey, man. Hell yeah.
Says it all.
I listen to Hetriani too, man. Don't get me wrong. I listen to all you guys. Yeah.
Yep. But let's face it, Jeff, you listen to Hubsy and Hetriani rather more than most of them.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Well, I do have a little bit of a bias and stuff like that, but having started doing this show and doing the things that I do, I'm sure like all of us have that same thought, is that there's some music that I'm not, I really don't acquaint myself with too much, but I listen to it. But I've come to have a better and broader understanding of what it is that you guys create and what it goes into it. So even if it is from a pop singer, I dig it, man, because I understand what's going into that tune and what it takes to make it now. You know what I mean? Before I was just like, is it catchy? Let me listen to it. Nah, fuck that. Turn the channel. But now that I'm sitting here forced to listen to the pop singers.
Shit.
Wow. Now you
Russ, pull out those glasses, Russ.
Can you sing us a verse from Barbie Girl, Jeff?
Yeah, I could, but you remember that one, huh? Yeah. Oh, the nostalgia, yeah. No, but yeah, I can appreciate what Ian does and the effort that goes into it, man. And it's the same with everybody that does what they do, man. I mean, I listen to all kinds of music and stuff, very eclectic, like all of us are probably, and stuff like that. But we all have our little niches of what we like and what we don't like, and what we listen to primarily. But yeah, man, having had to listen to, or not had to have listened to, but having the ability to listen to what you guys create on a weekly, daily basis. Yeah, I know. Keep digging. No, but seriously, man. Boom. But seriously, man, having had listened to all you guys' stuff, man, it gives me a broader appreciation for music as a whole than it otherwise didn't have if I would have, 2 or 3 years ago, before making the show, man. Taking on all comers, noob to the pro, and everything in between, gave me a greater appreciation for what it takes to actually create music and do it on a regular basis and stuff. So yeah.
I used to take on all newcomers as well.
Yeah, I bet.
That was a different time.
It's a different career as well.
Boom.
But there's one thing I got to say about Gary, having collaborated with him on a couple of things, and Gary is ace, man. Like I swear, like his takes are fantastic. He's so easy to work with. I mean, there's no, I mean, he's fun to work with too. He's funny. I mean, some of the shit he sent me, the messages we sent each other were hilarious. Yeah. But I mean, he's ace. I mean, like his playing, his recording quality, everything is like top notch. I mean, and working with him, it's like it's so easy to work with Gary. It's like like the couple of collabs we did, the house band one, and the one we did with Het and with Anthony Lee. It was fantastic doing that with him. It was a blast. It's so easy to work with Gary.
I remember when Gary blew Pete Johns' mind when he found out how he does his drums, and Pete still goes on about it. You know this, Gary. Every time Pete talks about drums, he goes, oh, and I did this video. Gary Hubbs taught me how to do drums. And I sit there and go, all he did was put some distortion on it, Pete. Relax, mate. but no, but it's true, man. You really did define. You showed us all that trick in GarageBand. You know, how you got that sound on your early songs, which I love your first album so much, man. You know, I love that album so much. It's really hard to put my finger on that album. It reminds me of, there's bits of Metallica in there. There's bits of Tool in there. There's stuff that I don't even think you listen to that's in there. It's, you know, I even got to sing some of those songs on my opening hour, which was has been a blast, man. And I thank you too for trusting me to send me those naked songs without your vocals, so I could just scream over the top and get all the lyrics wrong, because that's what I do.
Right on.
Another humbling experience. You know, it's so cool to have someone cover your stuff. It's amazing. Yeah.
Right on. Gary, how many codes do you want to give out, man?
I'll give away 2 or 3. If you want to do 3,
Alright,
do
cool.
3. Yeah.
It's totally up to you, bro. You let me know.
If time goes for 3, I like that number. I don't even know why.
All right. Cool deal. So here's what's going to happen, man. Either Friday or this Sunday, we're going to be giving away 3 albums of Gary's new Bandcamp. My brain just went toast. Put some butter
What are the
on it.
rules, hippie?
Oh, no rules, man. You shut up. Man.
All right, cool. I was gonna go make a coffee.
Hey, you got the
Sorry,
report right
mate.
here, man.
I love you, Jeff.
I love you too, man. Now, what we're going to do is either on probably Sunday, man. Anybody that's interested in entering to win an album of Gary's from Bandcamp, the one we just listened to here, Candy Coated Lies, what you got to do is just email me, put Gary in the subject, and if your email does not match your YouTube name, let me know who you are on YouTube. Just put Gary in the subject, and you'll be entered in Sunday to win 3 copies of the album. And because Gary's being so generous with his, I'm going to be generous also, and I'm going to buy another 3 albums off of Gary, and Daryl.
I was going to say you should email Larry.
Shit, I just sent Larry in the email. Shit, can I take that back?
Yeah.
So is that, do we do that now? Do we send the emails now? Or
Yes, do it right now.
Do it right now.
Right now.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
You're gonna get deluged.
If you want the album and you want a chance to win it, we're going to give away 6 copies, probably Sunday. We're going to put all your names on the wheel. We're going to spin it. And 3 are going to come from Gary. You'll get a code. If you have a Bandcamp, you can just enter in the code. Boom, and the album will be yours to put on your Bandcamp. If you don't have a Bandcamp account, go ahead and make one. It's pretty easy, and you can get involved in all the community music that's related on Band or released on Bandcamp, and buy up and help out, support the community that way too, man. But Sunday we'll give away 6 copies of Hubs's new released album here on Bandcamp and stuff. So just send me an email right now, metalheadhippie@yahoo.com. Put Gary in the subject and who you are on YouTube if your email does not match your YouTube name. So do that right now, metalheadhippie@yahoo.com. Put Gary in the subject and you'll be entered for a chance to win one of those albums, man. And don't forget to go make yourself a Bandcamp profile. Rock on.
Thanks, Jeff.
Does it not count if I put Larry Hubbs in it? Because I just sent it to you.
You can put Larry, Daryl, or
Okay, okay.
Daryl. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl or Gary. Yeah.
Stuff just writes itself, doesn't it?
I love this show so much.
Oh, what a goof. Goof Central. Oh, man.
Check the email I sent to Larry Hubbs.
Oops, I sent the email to Gary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Probably. Yeah. Did I send it to Gary? No, I probably sent it to Jeff.
Now we got about 5 or 6 in there. We got one Larry in there. Yeah, that was from Francis, you jackass.
You'll pay, Francis. You'll pay.
So, has anybody truly asked the question, Gary, what's happened to the facial foliage?
The what?
Dude, I'm sitting here like a dink. I just now noticed it. I'm like, what is wrong with Gary? I'm like, dude, what happened? I swear to God, I'm sitting here like, even last night I didn't recognize it. I'm like,
well, last night
I knew that.
It was dark and I had the thing like this last night.
yeah, I'm like, what the?
But I also had like 2 weeks of growth last night. You know, I should say that I had a formal conversation with someone whom I'm not currently employed with about future prospects, and this conversation usually is traditional to shave and put on a shirt and a tie. So it had to go. It was for a good reason. And you know, if I could go back and change time, man, I might not have taken this beard with me on this trip for 2 years, right? Like, as I've said to Hetriati before, it's like, man, I just wish I had fucking shaved that night. I would be able to do what I want, but I was stuck with this hot, stinking beard.
Yeah.
You didn't see my comment earlier, eh? When I was at the music store, when I was on my other profile. Like, you should have shaved it and kept it in a bag, in like a Ziploc bag, and you should have auctioned it for like a good cause or something, man.
Could have put it on the wheel.
And we could have spread a story that you were attacked by a wolverine.
Well, I just figured if I just wait another year to put out a song, then I'll just show up with a beard again, right? Who would know?
Everyone could have won a piece of your DNA, Gary.
I'll check the garbage can.
Generous.
You're related to a raccoon.
Yeah, I tell you, man, I have a lot less dogs barking at me now. I had like random dogs, like just. Yeah. I had a woman at the playground ask if I had children at the playground, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me, lady? Yeah, those 2 kids.
What the?
It's right there. Thanks. It's just a beard, man. Chill. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's funny.
That's just wrong, man.
You were never tempted to go, I am Og from the mountains. You never tempted to just, you know.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, folks, here's what I want to do. I want to thank everybody for popping on and giving Gary his just kudos, man, in appreciation for what he's done for the community musically and as a friend to all of us right here on this panel and stuff. And I'm going to ask you guys to say one kind word about Larry and then Gary and bow out. And then me and Hubs are going to close up the show with the collaborations that he picked up and stuff, man. So I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up for Gary and showing up for me and just being who you are in this community, man. You all rock, man. So, Ian, if you want to go, and then Jade across to Russ, just, schmooze up to Gary, man. See if we can get them all misty-eyed and stuff.
To all three, to Gary, Larry, and Daryl, and Mo, I'm presuming as well, to the Hubs Quintet, thank you for teaching me that there was nuance in metal.
Right on.
High praise. Thank you, Ian. Wow.
Okay, so shall I just leave now? Bye.
Yoink. Ian,
good night, Ian.
Get out,
so
bro.
much, Ian.
Right.
Peace,
Okay,
bro.
take care, mate.
See ya.
Thanks, Ian.
Jade, what do you got for your compadre, Gary, there, man?
To the brothers, Gary, and the secret that he keeps in the dungeon, Terry. No, just thanks, man. For there's a multitude of things. Thanks for being a part of my channel. Thanks for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. No, and just thanks for making some music that I can smash my head to. So And, you know, if there's ever anything you need, you're feeling low, you know you can always reach out. And I'll tell you to get fucked, and then we'll have a laugh about it. But all good. No, no, just thanks, man. You keep at it, and I feel your pain. Hopefully I can get something out for Songtember as well. So, because it's not, you know, it's tough work. All right. Thanks for having me on, and goodbye.
Boom.
Thank you, Jade.
Sometimes I have to
RocOn,
check
Jade.
if it's Jeff or if it's Jade. Boom.
Boom, 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 boom. Jade, you rock.
Well, I hope you sell enough copies of this great album, Gary, that on Bandcamp and people will buy it, and
Well, he's
you'll
got
be
3 of
able
them sold.
yeah, and you'll be able to afford a flying turkey this Christmas.
Right on.
Thanks, Russ. I look forward to that. Kids got to eat.
Boom. Russ, you rock.
No, good stuff, man. It's a good album.
Thanks so much.
You rock, brother. You know I love you. So you take care.
Thanks for talking me into this, Russ.
Yeah,
thanks
no
for
problem, man.
Thanks for reaching out to me, Russ. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Gary well deserves it, man. He well deserves it, man. Right on.
Catch you all later.
Peace, Russ.
Thanks,
Thanks, man.
Russ. Have a good day.
Yeah.
And then there was Francis. What's up, bro? What do you think of this character, man?
Honestly, I just want to say that you rock. Honestly, you're inspiring, you know, and I want to thank you for being a good friend, because you are. You're an awesome guy. I love our conversations and stuff. I know it's been a while since I texted you a picture of pizza there, because I haven't had pizza in a little while, so I'll have to text you some more there. Every time I have pizza, Jeff, no joke, he's like, "What are you doing?" Or I'm having lunch and I'm eating pizza. I take a picture of it and I send it to Gary. No fucking joke, man. I do.
Right on. Awesome stuff.
It's true.
man.
But yeah, but no. Thanks for everything. You're an awesome musician. You're talented and you're a great friend, and you're an awesome member of the community. I mean, many people respect you and are friends with you, and I did the community artist spotlight on you because I respect you and I think that you're an awesome community member, and your album is awesome. Great job on the remixing and everything. It's the mastering. It sounds phenomenal, man.
Thank you so much, Francis.
No
This
problem,
this is for you.
man. Cheers.
Oh, and because of that Larry crack, I just became a lot more difficult to work with. So you
No
can look
problem,
forward to
man.
that.
For you, I'll put up with it. Don't worry about it.
Right on.
I'm just kidding, yeah. Thanks, Francis. You rock.
Francis?
You rock, brother.
Francis, hang on a second. Because the man is actually wearing the shirt, and I'm actually wearing the shirt, I floated the idea, and so did Gary, man. It's like, when's it going to become official, man? I know the house band needs a permanent bass player, and he was
Well,
inquiring about
okay.
that. So what I would like is for you and Ian and the boys to get together and either make it official or say, Gary, screw you.
No.
We don't
Okay,
want you.
let me say that we were actually Ian and I were talking about it before coming on here, you know, and it's because we want Andy to be there and Mooney and everything too, but we had spoken at the time that we did the collab to invite. Actually, I even spoke with Head about it and everything. Inviting Hubs to be a bass player, and it'd be nice. It'd be nice to ask him, but I want to do it in like a formal. With the band members and everything, so we'll do a ceremony or sorts of stuff. If
So you're not opposed to
Oh, we're
the
not opposed.
idea.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Especially he's pretty good at fixing the bus, so at least we can continue the tour.
But he didn't have a wrench, man. It's like, how can he fix a butts with no wrench, man?
Yeah, but you had given him one after. It was okay.
You
no?
chimed into, I ain't got a wrench either, man.
I didn't. That day that I recorded that, I didn't have a wrench, so it wasn't a lie, man. You know. But
Yeah, this is true, man.
yeah. But
So what do you guys? So elaborate on
Okay,
his
okay.
take on the song. and
He was
stuff like that.
amazing on it. It was great having him on bass, and we do want to have him on bass for other ones. And like definitely, Gary's easy to work with. He works kind of same along the same lines as us and all and everything. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this now because not all the members are here and everything. What. Actually, we had an intention of doing like a house band hang at some point, whatever, where we were going to do some stuff and whatever. And I think that we could organize something like that and maybe do it officially or something. If Gary is willing, that is, and that's why I didn't want to bring it up here either, because Eden and I are like, well, we don't even know if Gary wants, so we don't want to put him on the spot either, so.
Look below.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
You got one vote already, man.
I know,
so.
but Andy's not here. Mooney's not here. The guys are. But it's okay if we have discussed it, and we're all okay
as
with
the
it.
boss man, you so entitled me.
Okay,
he's got my vote.
There. If
He's
Gary,
got my
if
vote
Gary
too.
wants, he could definitely be our bass player. He's definitely awesome, man.
Right on, man.
Wow.
All you need is a few more heys, and you're in there, bro.
We're gonna have to get him a cap though, because he only has a shirt though. I only sent him a shirt.
That's true. Oh, and I wanted to wear it today.
Can see what the cap says there.
And this wasn't planned. This wasn't planned, man. Either he. Just
I was
happened to be
dying
wearing
when I
his,
saw
and
you
was
wearing
like,
it, and he's wearing it. I was like, I was telling Ian because we were hanging before. I'm like, hey, they're both wearing their house band shirts, man.
Yeah, we didn't plan it, man. I'm just like,
No.
why not wear the house band shirt today, man? Good deal. Right on. So it looks like you might be joining the house band there, Gary, man. I hope you guys continue to make music and do the deal, man. And just make us chuckle and laugh with house band songs or whatever it is you guys come up with. I know it'll be stellar, man. Good stuff.
So is
Francis,
it yes or no?
Now get the hell out of here.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
If you would have me, I would gladly.
Absolutely. Man.
Right
We'll do an official ceremony at some point. Then that's what we'll do.
Right
Sure.
on.
So,
Hetriani's wearing his hat too. Don't worry, you're still officially the triangle player, brother.
He'll always have that, man. Right on.
Well, we might do another one with him on triangle because he told me when I was talking with him last week he needs to dust off the triangles. He didn't want to just get the triangles for one song. So we're gonna work something out. We're gonna see.
Right on. Awesome stuff, man.
All right, I'm gonna let you go. You're awesome, Gary. We'll talk about it, then we'll do something special, whatever. But yeah. All right, boss
you
man.
rock. You rock, Francis.
You rock, Hubs. You rock, Gary.
Right on, man.
Thanks, Francis.
Peace, bro. Right on. And then there were two, man. So how do you feel about things now, Gary? Knowing what people really think about your music and about you here in the community, man. Have we lifted your spirits a little bit?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Something's landed on me here. This is good old-fashioned
cool.
nature. Yeah, the heck's that?
Flying in?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't even know. He's coming around again. No, it's man, is it humbling? Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Like honestly overwhelmed. It's pretty amazing. There's still north of 40 people in here, and
Oh, hell yeah, man.
just absolutely humbled and grateful, and what a great community this is. And you're certainly a part of establishing the foundations of that community and perpetuating it, and along with Jade, who is on here, and Pete, who's in the chat, and other people have taken up that torch, like Ron Ward and Thomas Christ and these shows. And I watch Conspiracy Music play a lot of guitar lately. Each channel has a community that overlaps slightly with everyone else, and it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing to see. Everyone pulls around behind everyone else, and I almost want to say it restores my faith in humanity.
Right
there are good people. There still are good people. It's pretty amazing.
Right on. Yeah, a lot of times too, you can't sit idly by and wait for people to come to you, man. You also have to be willing to reach out to other people and take responsibility for your own emotions and stuff like that too, man. That's what I try to teach people in AA and NA and what I do with work and stuff like that, man. We're always, we're not responsible for the things we did as a drunk or an alcohol or a drug addict, but we're always going to be held accountable for our feelings, man. So we have to own our own stuff. Basically, is what I'm saying, man. So please don't ever feel like you're like you just said, man. You're not alone, man. We all care about you. We all love you, and we appreciate what you do musically and here in the community, man. As far as being at Cut Up and all that other stuff, man. I mean, it's just it's appreciated, man. Because you don't know, you affect a lot of people just by the things you say in chat and making people laugh because they may be having a bad day, and then you say something that perks somebody up, man. But just know that there's people out there that are willing to do that for you also, man. Because we do care, man. Yeah. Right on.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a second. Yeah.
So what do we got coming up here for these collabs, man? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. I know we've got some a couple of surprises. I mean, probably nothing bigger surprise than the one on my face, but a couple of out there kind of picks. So, you know, these are collabs that have been done in the last year and are responsible for my musical output of late, I guess.
Right
Yeah.
on. So the first one we got up is Flash Flood, right?
Yeah.
Featuring Head Tsunami. Who do you want to tell that's all in this, man? Who's all involved in this song, bro?
Well, this is the song that Jack Flash had talked to me about working on something together, and we'd been talking back and forth for a few weeks, maybe about a month or so, and I had sent Jack a file of an unfinished song, and we were talking about that back and forth. And just as an aside, I played him a very rough structure to this song back in September last year, and he said, "Okay, well, you know that thing you sent me before, it's cool, but this thing that I heard today, it's like things are jumping out at me." And I said, "Well, geez, if you feel strongly about it, then take it, man." And so Jack took it, and when I got the vocal files back and listened to them, I mean, they're already produced in the style. Yeah, like jaw-droppingly, wow, like holy cow, this is big, you know. This song to me felt bigger than anything I'd done before. I mean, there's more moving parts to it. It's you know, there's more instruments, more layers in it and stuff like that. But
Right on.
you know, we knew we needed a kick-ass guitar solo, and I was allowed it. Jack was cool with me suggesting that bring along B.O. Hetriani here, and
Right on.
and the rest is history. So great guys. It was so much fun doing this song, and I learned so much from Jack. Just like just simple observations that he would put up, and just like, oh wow, you know, I never really considered that before, but it's, you know, he's a shrewd guy, Jack. You know.
Right on.
And, yeah. I learned
Are
a
you
lot.
ready to give this a listen, man?
Yeah, man.
Folks, this is Hetriani, Jack Flash, and Mr. Gary Hubbs with a song they created together called Don't Comply. Gary Hubbs, Hetriani, and Jack Flash. Don't Comply. Awesome stuff. When that came out, man, I'm just like, spectacular stuff, man. You guys you ripped it, man. You ripped it.
It became this big thing. Like, I'm not saying like the song itself became bigger than just a metal song kind of thing. And to have Jack along, providing vocals that only Jack can. Really, he's one of the supreme vocalists that we have, and I mean, Hetriani's awesome. He's always great, so you can't go wrong.
Oh yeah, it's no slouch as a singer. Also, we all know that, man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the three of us in a row. It's like, okay, well, who's gonna sing? Well, I mean, I think we probably got the best shot with Jack. Who's gonna play lead? Well, yeah, I think we'll go. That's probably our best gun there. So yeah.
So I know you only got 5. I only asked you to pick 5, so I know you had a hard time picking those 5. But out of the ones that you didn't pick that you know of, could you give those people honorable mentions and stuff, and let them know what you think about those collaborations, also, man?
Oh, geez, I'm trying to think of who I've collaborated with that isn't represented in the list, right? I think Force the Wolf, official Mark. I've collaborated with him a few times. One of the songs is that To Tame a Monster, that 9-minute song. I thought that might be a little beyond the scope of the time constraints of the show and stuff like that. But
I played it.
Well, that's true. I mean, Mark has he's tapped me on the shoulder a few times for collabs, and it's always an honor. In fact, there's one out there that when it's complete, there's another one. I think we've got one more out right now that will come home eventually when it's done.
So you got something in the works with Mark?
Yeah, something in the works with Mark. At least one, I think. Am I missing one? Yeah, there's. I'm trying to think of who's on that list that I gave you and who I haven't. Who isn't there? But like I said earlier, man, anytime someone sends you a message and they say that they'd like you to work with
we got House Band, AG, Wizard, and Arya.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've worked with Hugh a few times. Yeah. Hugh's in there on the list. Who else have I worked with that, I think Mark was probably the one that I felt bad it wasn't on the list because we worked together a few times.
Yeah, that's no people. That's my thing, man. I just asked, just to pick randomly things that Gary wanted, man. So don't feel bad that you didn't get on the list. It's neither one of our faults, man. You all know how it works, man. You want to pick everybody, but you just can't sometimes. It doesn't mean we don't love you. Yeah.
For sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Boom. So what do you got? Gary wished he could have picked you all, man, but this is about Gary. It ain't about you. Right on.
Oh, jeez.
Good deal.
No,
so what's the next song? Go ahead.
It's always I'm the kind of guy that when you ask me to edit down to something like, yeah, man.
It's like, oh man, why do you ask me to do that?
I'd rather give you 5,000 words than 50. Because 50 is a lot harder, right? So, but yeah, so I always have a hard time with that.
Right on. Well, what do we got up here next, man? Do you remember?
I don't. I'm trying to see
the
what's on the list.
HHB song.
Okay, yeah. Well, a huge honor to get invited to play with those guys, right? Like I mean, the show has a house band, for crying out loud. Who wouldn't want to play on it, right? So, I mean, I'm wearing the shirt, right? Like it meant a lot to me to get invited. Yeah, man. And Jeff's absolutely right. We didn't communicate ahead of time. You know, I'm thinking about, well, what am I going to wear today? And it's like, well, I should wear something that's got something to do with the community, right?
Right.
And yeah, so there it goes.
Great minds think alike, man.
There you go. So I mean, that
Right on.
that shows you how much it meant to me that I've got the shirt on for the show today. So
Right on. And I know the guys appreciate it, and so do I, man. Right on. So we're going to play, this is your debut, correct? On the house
I guess
band?
retroactively, I guess now it will have been my debut.
Right on. Good deal, man.
Yeah. Way to
This
put
is,
Francis. Way to put him on the spot there, hippie.
I know, right? I always do that, though. I like choking him up, man. He's like, ugh. Yay!
I run
are
Francis. Yeah, I run Francis pretty hard. I send him messages all the time, like, "Thanks for being such a good sport, man." Because I bust your balls whenever I can. You know.
Go for it, bro. I do.
Ha. Yeah. He's a
Right
good
on.
sport. Yeah.
Well, let's give this a spin, man. This is Hub's debut with the Hippies House Band. It's called Girls Got Wrenches, man. Let's check it out.
Hey, Francis, we drive on the left side in Canada,
No,
right?
Andy, we're not in England.
What? Ah, crap. Ah. Oh. Hey, guys, I think I got to pull over. I think I broke something. Yeah, let's go to this parking lot right here. What do you think, Gary? Can you fix it?
There's the beard.
We might be stuck here for a while, guys.
Awesome.
I don't have a wrench.
Neither do I. We may as well play some music while we're here.
Let's jam.
Girls got wrenches, what we do. Girls got wrenches, how about you? Girls got wrenches, now to the crew. Keeping us clean on the hippie show. Watch your mouth and keep it sound. Mind your manners, there's chicks around. Chicks with sticks, so don't forget. Don't be dicks or you'll regret. Lolly running around their brain. Limbs are driving us insane. Evolution of the game. Sick, well, you know she ain't tame. Guys, we've gotta show some grace. These girls with wrenches, that's like maze. And there's some truth we'll have to face. They got more style and lots more taste, yeah. We'll sit back, enjoy the show. Girls got wrenches, they control. Moms who have a sensitive side. Whack those butts and watch them slide. Girls got wrenches, what do we do? Girls got wrenches, how about you? Girls got wrenches, now to the crew. Keeping us clean on the hippie show. grace. These girls with witches, that's like mace. And there's some truth we'll have to face. You got more style and much more taste, yeah.
Holy shit. Epic as hell, man. Epic as hell.
It's a lot of fun.
Did you
So
dig
much
that,
fun.
man?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was working with those guys. I mean, there's some great guys in there, you know. And, so
The
much fun.
dilemma that I face is like remembering everything. You guys are a smaller group that you have to remember what you did with certain people. But I play so much music all the time, I forget little nuggets that are out there to be heard and listened to, unless I replay them or they get back on the list somehow for nostalgia's sake, or I just, oh man, I haven't played this for a while. Let me get this on there, man. There's a treasure trove of music here on this show, man, and I implore anybody that's new to just go back and start clicking on the Hippie Channel shows and stuff, and just let them play in the background. Not for me, man, but for these guys. Listen to the music that was made in this community. It's vast, man. It went way beyond anything that I ever could have thought that it went there. I had the idea to get it there, but you guys carried me as much as I carried you guys, man. So kudos to all you guys for getting together, making my reality come to life, and getting you guys to do what it is that you guys do best, man, is collab and make music, man. You guys just blow me the hell away every week. You know what I mean? Every show you guys come up with something different, and I really appreciate it, man. Right on.
It's really amazing how much music comes out and the quality of the music. I mean, it's not hard to imagine that songs get kind of not left behind or lost, but I mean, the next week there's a whole bunch of new music on top.
You have to move on, yeah.
Yeah, and there's great stuff coming out every day. Every day there's really good music coming out. It's pretty amazing.
Boom. Is there anything that really stands out for you as far as the production or the music quality of the house band and stuff, and your experience with it?
Well, I mean, I jumped at the chance to work with those guys. There was no way there was no consideration or hesitation. It was like, absolutely, you know, I want to be a part of this and work with those guys. And I wanted the job. I wanted the job full time. So like
working on it, bro. We're working on it.
Yeah, I want to be easy to work with, and I want to nail my bass parts, and yeah. So I mean, it's to get the opportunity was great, and I mean, if it does become a position that I fulfill again and again, then I would be honored.
I can't see why I wouldn't be, bro. Boom.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that I can think that can pull anything off on the bass, man, it's you, and I think the guys would be missing out on a great opportunity if they didn't bring you in there full time and rely on you to be their bass player for the Hippies House Band. That's coming from the boss, man. So.
I would be honored.
Right on. Right on.
Absolutely. For sure.
So what do you got to say about Miss Auntie G? This is our next song coming up. Don't Wipe Your Tears.
Well, this is, I talk about being grateful anytime someone wants to collab. This to get an email from Auntie G or get a message from Auntie G. I know Auntie G from Pete John's and Jay's channel, and for close to 2 years now we've exchanged hellos and stuff. And a huge fan of her music. Kind of like what Russ said earlier, how it's not a genre that I've studied or seek out, but you respect the person, you respect the musicianship and the effort and the details and all that stuff. So it was almost like it was almost like she's trusting this metal guy to come in and actually be able to, you know, Auntie G didn't. She wasn't looking for the clipboard in the parking lot and the pizza slice and all that stuff. She was looking for a bass guitar on the song, right? So it was almost like a matter of trust and knowing that this is music that's destined for like the official release is, you know, there is a certain honor and trust to it. Like she's going to release this music and it's going to go into her catalog, and so I'm going to treat it as if it's as important as anything that I've been working on or done, right? So it's certainly not metal, and I think that almost makes me more proud that I mean, she her very next song, she emailed me back and said, you know, do you want to do another one? I said, yeah, absolutely, I loved it. I will always say yes to you, Auntie G, because you rock and you're awesome. Yeah, so this one, the other one was a bit. This one is a rock song, and the other one is a bit less rock and more country. So I picked the rock song. You know, it's closer to my center. So, yeah, it's a great song.
Right on. Well, you ready to give it a listen, man?
Sure. Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Don't Wipe Your Tears. This is Auntie G with Gary Hubbs on bass, man. Let's check it out, man. Boom. Miss Auntie G. Good stuff. Don't Wipe Your Tears with Gary Hubbs on bass, man. Awesome stuff, bro. Boom to the boom. Yeah. Hell yeah. I dug that song, man. I played that a couple times for Auntie G, man, and it's just an awesome song, man. You did a great job, bro. And to be honest, I didn't read the description, and I didn't know you played bass on that song. That's why I say I go through so much music, man. I don't. When I tell you guys I don't have time to stop and read everything or check every email, it's because getting your music out to the public is my main priority, man. I don't catch everything, and I apologize for that. But that's just the nature of the beast of this show, is that when I say I need this, I need that, make it simple, boom, and it's on the show, man. It's not that I don't care about what you guys all put into it, man. My main thing is getting your music out to the public. And yeah, man, so I'm remiss in a few things that I don't do when I do that. But I should take more time to stop and catch things, man.
You gotta deal with so many videos as you process your shows. I can't blame you for missing stuff like that. But in a way, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to disappear, and I just wanted to anchor the song, you know. And I left I left the clipboard and the pizza and all that at home, and just, you know, did the job at hand. Yeah.
Well, I think Het said it best, man. You're a bona fide musician, man. You go where the music's being called, and you're needed, man. And that's a great thing, man. So anybody that has the ability to pick up on different genres and say yes to making music to people, if you have that skill set, I implore you to help out anybody anywhere you can in making music, man. If you're needed, you say, hey, I think I can do that. If you need my help, I'm there for you, man. If you're that person, speak up, get your stuff out there, get your skills out there, and get your music out there, man. It's all about helping each other grow as musicians and learning new and different things that you otherwise wouldn't do if you weren't in this type of community setting, man. So that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, Gary.
Thanks, Jeff.
Any more fine words about Miss Gertrude, man? I think she's a stellar performer, man, for what she does. She's awesome.
She's one of those artists that puts out quality music where you can tell that she's considered everything and paid attention to the details.
Very meticulous.
She puts out. She's not going to put out a product until it sounds right and sounds good. And another one of those people that just you're happy to see when they show up and say hello in the chat. You know, it's just a very pleasant person, and I would say yes to Auntie G.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
this jam, what do we got to say about this one here, man? Pinball Wizard.
Well, I'd worked with Hugh a few times and made some pretty cool collabs. I enjoyed working with Hugh, and so when he asked me in the chat on one of your shows, he's like, "So do you like the Who?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're cool. Why?" And he's like, "I'm thinking of doing a collab." And I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna Dog Paws on guitar and Mark Wade's singing," and I was like, "Fuck, bro, sign me up. I want in on that." So sometimes someone says, "Hey, I'm doing this song," and it's the song that grabs you. Like, I've always loved that song. I can't wait to do it. And other times, someone will collab or someone will call up and they'll say, "Yeah, I've kind of collected this group of people. Do you want to join us?" And going back to that temporary band locker room feeling, I was like, "Yeah, man, I want to meet these guys." I had never really met Mark Wade before. You know, we say hello, and it's not like we know each other great now, but I always had huge respect for Doc, and the chance to work with him. You know, he doesn't. You're talking about people that don't put stuff out a ton. Doc doesn't, but when he does, it's always excellent stuff. But I mean, the guy is such a legend that I would have jumped at the chance. So.
Right on, man.
And Hugh is Hugh, a classy guy, always is. So.
Right on. I love me some Lee Caldwell and Zampa Petit, man.
Yeah. He's a great guy.
We ride it, but look where he's come from, man. I mean, boom. Since he really latched onto this community, man, people have latched onto him and his skills, man, and just like boom. He's a great enhancement to any tune, and the community picked him up, man. I think when he needed to be picked up, and people just really gathered up to you, man, and what he has to offer the community as far as a musician and guitar player. And as a friend, man. He's an awesome dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
Right on. So we ready to give a Pinball Wizard a spin here?
Sure, man. I'm in for that.
You want to introduce all the players again?
Sure. We have Mark Wade on vocals. We have Hugh is handling all the acoustic guitars. Dogpaw is going to do some vicious freaking windmills. Keep an eye out for blood flying, because I think he clipped a fingertip or something like that. We all bugged him about his shoulder. You know, how's your shoulder doing? So yeah, Dogpaw's on electric, and then this Slap that's talking is on the bass. So.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's give this a spin, folks. Pinball Wizard, man. A Who cover. Pinball Wizard, man. Boom. Awesome stuff. Mark Wade, Gary Hubbs, Dogpaw, and you Caldwell, man. Awesome stuff. Boom.
Such a great
What was
time.
it like? What was it like working on that one with all the guys, man? Did it come together rather easily, or are all these things like schedule binding, lockup, gridlock kind of thing, or are a lot of these things, do they just come together naturally? And it's like, I'll get this out and I have it to you by then. I'll get right. As soon as you get that, I'll get this, and as soon as you're done with this, we'll do this. Is it that way, or is it like, yo, man, give me the stuff and we need to is there any kind of truth be told, how's it really work back in the back scenes back there, man?
It it takes all kinds, really. You've got the people that let's do this. And you wake up in the morning and they've sent your file. They've sent you a file already. You've got other people where it's like, hey bro, have you had a chance to look at that file yet? And let me know what it takes all kinds, right? You've got people that are like, I can't have shit dragging. I gotta off my plate, and I'm on to the next thing. And then there's, I mean, the last thing you want to get is an email saying, hey, just wondering if I get a kind of an update on where we are with that thing there, because then you fucked up, right? Like when you get that email, you're like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. I take time. I take time because I get a few hours a week to work on music, and they typically come on the weekend when the kids are in bed, right? So if someone sends me a file on Monday, I'm not even setting up to work on it. It's going to take you
to the weekend,
yeah. And I mean, that's not to say that I'm sitting around waiting for something to happen either. There's other things going on. So it all depends. I mean, quite often, I don't know how everyone else does it. Someone says, hey man, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this song here? I'm like, okay, what's your timeline? What are you thinking here? Give me, because I want to be up front. I don't want.
Is that the best way to do it? To let people know, hey man, when you're picking me, it could take you 2 to 3 weeks to maybe a month to get it back. I mean, is that part of the stuff that you put up front there when somebody asks you to do that?
I would much rather do that than have someone go, oh man, I had no idea. I thought that I expected like a 72
they expected you 3 days later
Yeah.
to come up with something,
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I've told people before that for me to do a collab, for me to do bass, like a bass song on a collab, you're not getting my first night's work with it. You're not getting my second night's work with it. And if I'm lucky, you're getting my third night. My first night, I'm feeling the song. Second night, I'm learning it and smoothing it out. The third night, I've listened to it over and over, and I'm like, boom, I'm ready to hit it. And, I mean, like we're talking a week and a half for me to get those 3 nights, So it takes time, and it's better to be upfront and let people know what they're getting into, it's better to avoid miscommunication later. So
So what is the advice you'd give to people that since you've done extensive collabs with people and you've dealt with just about a plethora of attitudes and how to deal with certain people or certain situations, what would be your best advice for people that are trying to get into their first collab, or what do you think they should realistically expect while gearing up to get a piece of music out there with somebody in the community?
That's an interesting question. That's a really interesting question. I guess expect it to take a bit of time. Don't go into it with an open mind, and be prepared to accept. I don't want to say criticism. Criticism sounds negative, but be prepared to take direction. Everyone does a collab differently, and there's any collab has a bus driver, the person who sets it up, and usually they're the one that's like almost the one that's going to put the green light to everything, right? So get a reasonable expectation of what they were looking for. Go in with an open mind. Be prepared to do a retake if necessary, and don't be afraid, and don't be afraid to ask. You never know. You might say, well, I wouldn't mind collabing with that person, but are they going to say yes to me? The worst they can say is they're too busy, or it's not going to fit, right? But it should be fun.
Right on. Good deal.
Awesome, Clay. Thanks for coming. Yeah, it should be fun, and if it's done right, it is fun, and it's really rewarding.
Cool deal. Well, we got we're gonna wind down the show here after this last song. I want to give, we'll try to bring it in at 3.5 hours. It's 3 minutes and or 3 hours 20 minutes right now, which isn't a bad show, man. For the level of stuff that we're trying to pack in here, and for everything else, man, the 3 to 3.5 hour show is awesome, and it's doable for people to check out in a rerun, man. So yeah, I mean, they're going to learn a lot about you, a lot about the community, to see how this community really, the heartbeat of the community really works and stuff like that, and what people can expect while they're a community member here on this channel and other channels and stuff like that, man. So yeah, I appreciate you helping me bring that to light and stuff like that.
Oh, grateful to be here.
So what do you think about Are You Gonna Go My Way, man? What's up with that?
That was I mean, when that collab first started, PJ had emailed me and said he was going to do a Lenny Kravitz cover, and he was wondering if I wanted to do bass and vocals with it, maybe make it a bit heavier, a bit more rockin', and he had Bobby Lopes on drums, and so right away, like, I wanted to work with Bobby, good drummers are valuable, they really are. And I hadn't made the acquaintance of a lot of drummers in the community. There's just, statistically, there's not as many, right? So K-Kong's awesome. I've worked with him a bunch of times. Yeah. And, so, I was very aware of what Bobby had been doing in the community. Sounded great. His acoustic kit sounds fantastic. A capable drummer. And so, yeah, man, sign me up. And, it wasn't, PJ and I were sending files and emails back and forth, and he's like, yeah, bro, here's a backing track for you to play to and stuff. And I'll once I get Bobby's isolated drums, I'll put it all in the mix. And, Bobby went into the hospital shortly after, and we all expected him to come out several times, we'd see every now and then, we'd see a photo of him in the hospital, and he's got a smile on his face, and you think that this is going to pass and he's going to come out. So we put the project on hold out of respect for Bobby. PJ and I were like, well, we'll wait for PJ to come out of the hospital before we do anything with this. And we don't even have his files on his computer in his house anyway, so we'll just, out of respect, we'll just let it pass. And when I found out that he had passed away, right away I was like, well, yeah, I mean, this little collab is, we're talking about a man's life, a father and a son and a dad and all that stuff, right? So it really put everything into perspective. And I thought that, I thought we weren't going to have the project finished. I thought we were missing the file to do so. A little bit of hocus pocus from Jimmy at Guitar Meets Science. He took the file and was able to separate out Bobby's drums. A little bit of artifacts. It wasn't a perfectly clean file that you'd like to work with, but we had known that those were the files that he was happy with and proud of, and that he had. When someone hands you their piece from a collab, it's almost like if I hand you,
it's like watch my kid for me. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, what I was gonna say is, like, if you ask me to do a collab with you, Hippie, and I send you my file, that means that I'm proud of that file. I'm happy with that file. I'm not gonna come, I'll stand behind it, right? So we had the file. We had a version of the file that Bobby was willing to stand behind. And so after Jimmy was able to extract the audio from it, it was, PJ and I talked about it, and we're like, well, let's do it, let's finish it off. And thanks, Frank. Yeah, let's finish it off. Let's do it for Bobby and put it out. And I'm quite proud of the.
So he never got to see the finished product.
He never got to see the finished project. He got to see what his video was going to look like of his drum set up in the parking lot. I mean, there could have been I see the side of the conversation of PJ and myself. I don't see the conversation that PJ and Bobby had. So I don't know everything that they had discussed about how the project was going and stuff like that. But I think PJ said to me that that Bobby was, you know, looking forward to working with me as much as I was looking forward to working with him. So yeah, I'm glad we finished it. I'm proud of it. You know, I think it honors Bobby. I wouldn't I wouldn't have done it if I didn't believe that he was happy with his performance on tape, right? So
Right
you know,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't. You held it in reverence and stuff for what was going on with him and his family and stuff. That's the right thing to do, man. You did the right thing, but you also did the right thing by trying to get him out there in the best light possible, and for what he contributed and stuff. And it's an amazing thing, man. You know what I mean?
It's
The family. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I'm grateful to PJ for
Right on.
he was the bus driver putting that together, putting the lineup together, and so I'm grateful to you, PJ. Thanks for that, man.
Right on. Good deal. Boom. So we're gonna play this song. We're gonna come back and we're gonna say goodnight to all these fine folks out here who took the time out of their day to sit here and watch us two goofs, you know, just talk about stuff and get your music out there. Get them to see a new clean-shaven Gary House. Bro, it just blew right past my skull. I'm just like, there's something different about this kid. What the hell is it?
Yeah.
I'm like, until they just said it. Just, oh, how do you miss that, man? How do you miss that?
Yeah.
Goof.
Awesome.
Right on. Boom. Folks, as always, man, Bobby Lopes was short-lived. So I hate to say that the way I just said it, but it was. His presence here was short-lived by the demise of his life and what happened to him because he was just getting started here in the community. He's been around for like 6-7 months, worked on a few collabs with a lot of people, man, put out a lot of great stellar beats on his drum set and stuff like that. Just worked with the community the best way he could, man. Brought out some great music as far as collaborations and his own stuff on his own channel and stuff like that. Boom, it was very, very sad to hear that he passed away, and completely unexpected. I know he was in the hospital, and I kept asking, any news on Bobby Lopes, anybody? And I never got anything back, man, until the day I heard that Hack announced that, Bobby had passed, and I'm just like, whew. I mean, it's not like I felt so far out of the loop, but at the same time, the show must go on. But when something like that happens, the show just stops, and you got to reflect on, the tragedy that's life, man. Because I know Bobby had so much more in store, and he wanted to do so much more. He was building a studio, so he had a need, or he wanted to continue making music and stuff like that, and he didn't have, and the opportunity just wasn't there, man. So you know that his love for music was real, and reaching out and playing with people in the community was very real, because he had plans. And then as fate would have it, bad things happen to great people, man, and it just happens to be one of those things in life, man. They're totally unexpected, man. Boom. Folks, get some posies over there for Mr. Bobby Lopes, if you don't mind, man. Boom, let's keep his memory alive. Right on. Good deal. So, what are we going to do with Are You Gonna Go My Way, man? We're going to play it. But yeah.
Sure.
Right on. Little somber moment there, man. I'm still in shock about the whole thing, man. So
if I can say that in leading up to this day, you and I in email communication, you know, you had asked me to send you 5 collaborations that I really liked, and so right away I was like, I know what he's doing. It's kind of it's including the community, right? By definition of a collab, it's opening it up beyond the one. It's not. We're here because I put out an EP, but your email suggested that there's a different angle, a community angle, and as soon as you brought in community, I wanted to like the best of the community, and this song symbolizes what's so beautiful about this community, that we all care for each other and we've grieved for this man. You know, I don't know how many of us shook that man's hand, but we all grieved for him, and in such a touching way on that show, Jeff. Really well done. If I ever go, man, that's
You're gonna choke me, man.
honorable way. Okay, I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking right there.
Oh man,
I've said all I need.
Yeah, man. Oh wow. Yeah, touching words for Bobby, man. Right on. Let's get this played, man. Are you gonna go my way, man? Awesome stuff, man. Are you gonna go my way? Awesome stuff, man. Great collab, man. Awesome stuff. Ooh. So what do you think, Hubs? You have a good time, bro?
It's amazing, absolutely amazing, Jeff. I couldn't have asked for any more. I couldn't have imagined this. Really, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much.
Right on, man. I guess the thing that I want you to get out of it, man, is that boom, and everybody, man. This community is loosely based, but tighter than you would actually think, man. There's people that listen and hear and see things that you think they might not, and they're always watching out, man. There's somebody that's always watching out for you in this community, man. There's people that reach out to me that I wouldn't expect that they reached out and say, Hippie, I hope you feel better and stuff, and I greatly appreciate that. When I'm feeling down or, I'm feeling sick and stuff, and Hubs, there's people that reached out to me for you on your behalf to, show some appreciation because they love what you do, and they knew that I would go along with it, not because they just asked me, but because they know I also dig your music and dig you as an individual, man. So they knew that I would step up to the show, and that's basically what I want people to know, man, is that people are there for you, man, whether you think so or not, or but a lot of times like I was saying earlier, it's like you also got to be responsible for your own health. Sometimes you just got to reach out and say, hey, man, feeling this way, feeling that way. Boom, and people will respond just like they rowdy around, like Russ and Brad rallied around you and stuff like that, man. And rightly so, and well deserved, man. And kudos for those guys for stepping up and watching out for a friend, man. And I really appreciate people like that in this community, man. And you just happen to be one of them, man. A lot of great people here.
I absolutely agree. There's some amazing people here, and getting the opportunity to meet them through this show has been so cool. It's just a lot of people, I'm sure, feel this way, that they didn't know they had this void until they found an online community like this where they can share. And otherwise, you're just shouting into the wind, right? There's no feedback mechanism, right? So to be part of a community where everyone is just fantastic. Yeah.
Right on.
So cool.
Any last parting words for anybody, man, or just any thoughts that you have rambling through your head, things you wish you could have said but you forgot, you didn't have the time, or boom, something you really want to say that gets people feeling, thinking, looking around, maybe get up off the butt, do something different, try something new. Any advice, any sage advice for anybody in the music community here?
Darn, that's a really good question.
I don't want to sprain your brain, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, don't believe in yourself, believe in your abilities.
Dad, are you sit down?
I'll be there in a few minutes, sweetie. Yeah.
So you're almost done.
Yeah. Almost done. Yeah. I'll be there
Almost
soon.
done.
Yeah.
Damn hippie.
That's all right. They're not late for bed. They're just getting close to bedtime. But
Right.
no, just don't sell yourself short. That's the kind of advice that I've been getting lately. Don't sell yourself short, and I think that's really good advice. Yeah. Trust in yourself. Don't listen to your brain when it tries to tell you you're not good enough or anything like that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Good deal, man. Gary, it's been a privilege and an honor to share your music and promote your album and get your music out there to the world, man. Anybody that's not a member of Bandcamp, you should be. Just go over there and sign up. Anybody that wants a chance to win one of Gary's albums or the album here, Candy Coated Lies. If you want to win that album, send me an email. Put Gary in the subject of the email and who you are on YouTube to be entered in for a chance to win one of 6 albums. 3 are being contributed by Gary himself, and then I'm going to also, from the community pool, the money that's been donated to the channel, I'm also going to buy out 3 copies of Gary's album. For him being so generous, I think the community can be generous and give back also, man. So that's way hip, slick, and cool. Gary, would you mind doing a roll call? And we have 29 souls on board, so anybody that's out there in the woodwork and wants to be recognized, man, could you give a shout out to people there?
I will certainly do that. I'm going to go scroll backwards on my phone here. So I see Laurie's Mishmash, Emery Island, Preston Smith. Francis is still here. Doc, you're here. I see you now. Just talking about you a minute ago. PJ's here. Frank Turzo, fellow Canadian, I think. Ian Luckett. Hetrane's still here. We got Hugh Caldwell, Anthony Leeband, SM Borthwick. It's probably not a very good time to be awake in Scotland, but SM Borthwick's with us. Zach Thong, always saying hello every day in the chat. Love it. Great man, Zach. Anthony Leeband is here. Dwight Bailey's here. Feisty Feather. Oh man. Gordium's here. I'm looking for names I haven't read out before. Roke. Thomas Christ. Man, there's still 28 people here, and this show is
Emery
its
Island,
mature
Hugh
phase.
Caldwell, Jack Flash. Yeah.
Jack's here, yeah. I can't miss Jack. Yeah. Man.
Right on, man.
So humbled. Yeah. Amazing.
Folks, what we're going to do is I'm going to say love, peace, hippie grease, be cool, be kind. But a little surprise here at the end, man. We're going to play one song that's not on the album, I believe. And it's Elbow Grease by Gary Hubbs, man. We're going to get out of here with that. And then we're going to say goodnight. Gary, hang out. I'll check with you in the back room and stuff. Guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up, supporting Gary, supporting this show, supporting the community. And check out Jade Starr's interview with Ian Luckett that just happened a couple hours ago. Awesome stuff. Great stuff in this community, man. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Gary, you want to say goodnight?
Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Much love to this community. Thank you for having me, Hippie. And Brad and Russ, I owe you a beer.
Right on. Yeah. Elbow Grease. Gary Hubbs, man. Good night, folks. Love, peace, hippie grease. Be cool, be kind. Boom. Treat each other with kindness and respect. But most importantly, Gary, you want to tell them what to do?
Don't be a dick.
Right on.
Blank, I sweat, and then I start to stutter 1,000,000 times before my symptoms have progressed. I've got my bread, my jam, I got no peanut butter. It's never enough. It's been a long time. It's such a small time. It's been a such a small town vibe. I've got this dream, I trip, fall up an escalator 1,000,000 times before. Camping is intense, try to chill out, relax, a gin and frescalator. It's more than enough. It's been a long shy. Always looking at my feet, a bit too high. Forget. Were you just talking to me? Just a minute of your time. Start to stutter 1 million times before your symptoms have over. You got your bread, your jam, you got no peanut butter. It's never enough. It's been a long time. It's such a small crime. It's been a long time since I was such a small town life. Can you tell me why? Shit just happens to me because I'm shy. Always looking at my feet a bit too high. I forget. Were you just talking